Was that your best Chris Pratt impression?
Why would you say that in response to me saying that we're gonna go though? Like, it's I was literally just about to start talking. So this is another pickup game. Ha ha ha! It's happening the Tuesday after the Sunday, the last pickup game. That's all the real like clarifying
Thursday.
that we need for the
Thursday.
purposes of today is Thursday in real life. In the game, it is Tuesday. Do you understand?
Gotcha. Now I do.
Okay.
Sure.
So, yeah, the no, stop it. Okay, that's annoying, but whatever. We are currently having some issues on my end, and it's really annoying. I updated OBS again. I'm hoping. Somebody say something real quick so I can just check levels. I didn't look before.
Something.
Okay,
Hi,
great.
John. How are you?
No, got
How
it.
has
It's
your
fine.
day been?
Corey already said the thing. It was more than enough.
No, it wasn't fine.
Yes, it was. So the matter at hand is that we're going to be starting with Cam and Colombo. Tuesday, 11 a.m. Cam, you are called up to Harvest Ronaldo's office. Do you remember who that is?
You said Harvest Ronaldo?
Yeah.
Was he's not Orion's boss, like the guy above
He
that?
is Orion's boss. Good catch.
Yeah, okay, cool.
So he calls for you to come up, and separately he will call for Colombo to come up. The timing differences for your meetings, if you coordinate, is about 30 minutes. So he'll have Cam first, and then he will then have both of you.
He's going to have me.
Yes, biblically.
He's gonna have you.
That is the way
Gotta
that
keep that job.
30 minutes early.
we roll. And yeah, in this economy, you do what you got to do. The cyberpunk economy, mind you.
Of course.
Please don't let corporations be terrible if you can avoid it. So,
Late.
that said, you enter into the office. beautiful corner side office, the N54 building downtown. The chair he's sitting in, kind of looming with the windows, kind of looking out over Coronado Bay, turns and he kind of looks over at you and says, "A lot of things have changed regarding structuring, regarding your program, Cam, and I really want to put it to you pretty simply. First off, his eyes kind of glow a bit for a moment, and then he requests to connect with your bank account. It's handled through N54. You would see that Ronaldo just flipped into your account 100,000 eddies." Any response?
Fuck yeah! All right.
Those are your current royalties in relation to the first season of Hogwatch. But I want to let you know that season 2 has gone underway in filming, but due to certain bumps along the road, it's going to be very difficult to ensure the investors are going to be able to, or going to want to, continue filming this program. Do you understand?
You mean because the other guy lost his fucking badge? Or gave up his fucking badge?
That's 100% correct, Cam. Due to Mr. Columbo's transitional period, so to speak, not many folks are very interested in putting down money on this format. Now, I, as the producer of the show prior, understand that it is a breadwinner. This is a good gig. This is something that I want to see continue. And I feel like you proved yourself greatly in a handful of instances during the filming of season 1, specifically regarding that pickup interview with Mickey. That really brought a lot of eyes to the chrome street punk rock scene that weren't really on it before. And we've had a lot of come-ups, even just in our own station in that time. I want to make sure that your show keeps going, but I need a partner.
Like a life partner, like a business partner, like a
business partner, Cam. Although a little bit of the first one, just not really looking for that here in this room.
Sure, yeah, no, I get you.
Nothing against you. You're a
Hey,
handsome
you ain't too bad of a looker yourself, huh? But for another time, you looking for
quick narrative? So Harvest Ronaldo has never been depicted in visual media. he's one of the characters that I just keep ambiguous. But go ahead with what you were gonna say.
So what are you trying to propose here, huh?
Your residuals after today will continue in a similar fashion so long as the show maintains its current level of popularity. Due to your contract and the mitigation of your apartment, food, etc., there's a cap regarding how much you can be paid out on a monthly basis. You've met that cap. What I would say is that because the residuals overseed that is one portion of what can be invested. However, if you spend your money that you earn on this towards the next season, and I do likewise, which I've already made moves to do, we can actually get you better funding and better resources available to you so long as you are filming, doing something specifically for the show, and it clears with me and the people in our warehouses. I'm talking AVs, I'm talking helicopter support, I'm talking about drone camera angles, I'm talking about a better up-armored van, I'm talking about resources. The problem is I'm going to be spending my money on it. It's not going to be enough for them to keep it. I need about $75,000 of your monthly intake added to the pot. Or you can spend your fucking money on whatever you want. We can can season 2, say fuck it, and just move on. But I think season 2 could bring a lot more, especially if we put some money into it. Up that God, the word is right at the tip of my brain, John. Up that when something looks good on film, it's called anybody.
Resolution?
No,
I don't know.
No,
Up that
I know what you're
quality,
thinking of.
up the. I don't know what the word
No,
is.
it's,
Production
What
quality.
are you talking about?
production quality.
Up the, yeah,
Up the
okay, right.
production quality. Thank you.
Sure.
I'm stupid. Ronaldo's not.
Sure.
Sure, you want to jump in, or sure I'm not stupid.
I was agreeing with you're not stupid.
Thanks.
In character. You mind if I fucking smoke in here?
Yeah, absolutely fine.
Lights up a cigarette.
He does
Takes a
likewise.
long drag.
He also takes, like, as
So
you're smoking a cigarette, he'll gesture towards the wet bar, and you can see that he has a glass on his desk.
So this communication we gotta do between the me and the you and the others.
Sure.
I'm okay with talking to you, and then you gotta figure out the fucking rest.
That's
Alright?
fine. That's perfectly
I ain't got
acceptable.
time to sort that shit out.
Perfectly fine.
Second thing, you said you only need the 75 out of the monthly. You know, nothing up front, because I
Right.
got plenty to go up front.
If you want to throw more in, you can throw more in. I'm just telling you what I would minimally need for this to continue.
I think we need some upfront investment. I got some cash to move. We could start with a good easy 5K to put in to get a couple of contracts started and some scouting and maybe some feelers out in the community. I know we're losing some guys to these psychos sometimes.
Now we got some footage, but you know how Mr. Columbo is with his footage. Nowhere near as good quality as yours. Borderline shit, if you ask me. And we definitely have some stuff from you over the last few months that we've been working to try and get into season 2. But unfortunately, the other thing we're lacking here is a narrative. Now, something you didn't see, but you definitely caught on in editing, and so did our producers, myself included. The whole Reaper story was very enticing, and a lot of people saw it as such. Scared some folks. We had a lot of call-ins asking about this. Can I get it if I plug into my microwave? And stupid shit like that. So we had a lot of interaction. The content was moving. And so with that, oh god damn it. The guy I'm talking to zoomed died. What happened, Zach? Oh god. Why does this happen to me?
Oops.
Let me
Oopsie.
catch a fucking break. Ah! Okay, I'm trying to fix it. No, hold on.
I love how it literally had to be Zach.
It had to be Zach. For fuck's sake. Well, okay, so Saturday we had Kimmy. She was going to play on the pickup game then. And then her internet exploded, right? Like all of the internet in like her area. And then
Yeah.
we had Baby Cat, I hear you. I hear you. If you need to
I
come
don't
here,
hear
come
baby
here.
cat.
She's crying in the background. I'm gonna
That's why he's crying though, because nobody else can hear him except for you.
her.
He wants his opinion known.
This is a
I
girl.
do like that Steve is the referee today.
Oh, cool.
Cute.
Yeah.
That was
absolutely. Why
so
not?
weird.
Yeah.
And that you're Zach now. There it
Okay.
is.
Oh man. I'm getting there. Alright,
yeah.
we back. I am
think
so
so.
sorry.
I'm gonna try and make sure. It looks like everyone's
Oh, my
good.
head's cut off.
Okay, so what was the last thing you heard me say before?
Fucking hell. I was saying we could start with an upfront to get some contracts and some feelers out, and then you said we already have some footage. And
we have a narrative in season 1, the Reaper. It was very enthralling. A lot of people focused in on it. It was
Right.
something that kind of like led from like story to story. We don't really have that with the footage we've got so far. We need something like that. And he says, I don't know what that is. And I know from you on the ground, it probably sounds like I'm a complete, idiot, and I don't know what I'm talking about. That's not my job to do. I'm not trying to make up anything that's fake at all. But if you see a thread, Cam, what I need you to do is start pulling. And I need you to get as much footage as you can so we can doctor that bad boy up in post. Make a story out of the story.
I think you got yourself a deal there, buddy.
I'll have legal get all the contracts to your apartment by the end of the day. I do have a lead, and I want to make sure that this is followed up on. Friends over in another corporation, Biotechnica, who we're familiar with. We've had them on the show. They say they have a cyber psycho in one of their locations. Location here in abouts in Corpo Plaza, not too far from downtown. Small little, it's kind of just like a shipping warehouse. And this cyber psycho is a problem. I've taken the liberty of grabbing a couple of contracts myself, and I know that we have some connections with, we have some connections with baggage, and he'll kind of like slide over his data term. If you kind of flip through, you'll see that there are a couple of people, but it looks like they're kind of like, missing. You see a couple of faces that you recognize, but they also say deceased on them. Like there's Razor, Mooney is a contracted list on N54. Blaze is one that's listed and it says missing, and you're kind of like, okay. Then you see this new face, guy named Low Key. Looks like. Now, before we get to Steve describing his character, for people at home, Cam, this may be the first time you've been seen in the Dark Skies 2078, so go ahead and describe your character for us.
Oh yeah. So Cam is a large man. He's young in his 20s, short black hair, and mostly cyber eyes. And notable cyber arm is usually wearing N54 gear.
Yep. So the picture that you see is an individual, an edge runner or mercenary, is what N54 would classify them as, known as low key. So Steve, go ahead and describe low key. Now the picture is not quite right due to the fact that he's probably not pictured in this specific attire, but everything else is on point.
Yeah, so he seems to be probably about in his mid to later 30s, has kind of a nicely cropped goatee and coiffed hair. He's wearing probably like a sports jacket or like a blazer, like a high-end. He's wearing very high-end fashion, latest trends, kind of with green trim and like a kind of like a green dress tie. He's got this huge smirk on his face, like he's happy to be there. He's smiling for the photo. Instead of a gun in his hand, he's probably got like a bottle of Brosif. And yeah, he's just kind of looks like he's like ready to rock and roll.
So
Seems pleasant enough from a photo.
I would say that this is an interesting point of interest. Cam, roll me a photography film roll. And I set the DV at 17. A bit high, but I think worth it. And Steve, I think you'll agree once if he succeeds, how this plays out. Photography film is under education. If you're not sure, or no, tech.
Zach, you're muted, I think.
Zach, you're muted. Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. Now my sheet had the little like spinning wheelie thingy.
Okay, so we don't have a
Going.
rocker, and you didn't spend luck prior, so you didn't get the
Nope.
17. Something's off about the photo, but you don't know
Not
what
quite
it
sure
is.
what.
Yeah. And then out of character, I'll explain to Steve, nobody take this as note, but the photo was staged. It was done for the specific purpose. If he had rolled high enough, he would have been able to tell that it was kind of like a set, and you were basically being handed prompts, and that's why you were laughing like it was like, ha ha ha, because it was totally not legit. But you failed, and our secrets are still safe. Listed as an edge runner, a mercenary, and you would also see this individual named Siege, who does appear to have Militech connections, but seems to be a person that is of interest. Recently, yesterday, they were okayed by Regina for work, so long as they commit to a job for Hogwatch free of charge. So this individual, Siege, is a freebie. No money for them. They just gonna work a day, and that's it. And you'd be able to tell that the clearance seems to be Regina has cleared his bill of behavioral health, noting that he is not a cyber psycho any longer.
Works for me.
Okay. Meanwhile, Cryptid, who again we have seen before in the pickup games, no need to continue to re-engage. Stop fighting cats.
Yeah, look at Chad's cat. That's a good cat right
Yeah,
there.
do that. Good stuff. The situation for you is, as we've discussed, you're currently focused in on a specific story, and do you recall what that is?
It was something to do cyber.
It is.
Nope, refresh my mind.
You
Cyber
got
psycho
it.
stuff.
So there was conversation that's kind of passed through your notes about Maelstrom cults. There is a cult amongst the Maelstrom gangers known as the Odette cult.
Right.
They are trying to create the perfect cyber psycho that will be able to destroy the world.
Yeah.
In your pursuit of this project,
Cult shit.
you have learned that there is a representative of this gang who is currently working with a small cell of this cult. You wish to gain access to that cell, but you need to work to get this individual. The individual, as far as you know, is hiding out in the Corpo Plaza area. And at about this time, after doing due diligence, you have learned that N54 has classified this individual as a cyber psycho. I would like for you to go ahead and make make a library search roll for me.
Okay.
What'd you get?
15?
15. Okay. So you're able to pull a bit more information regarding this. The main piece of information you would note is that this individual has been flagged by Biotechnica as a cyber psycho and infiltrator, and they appear to be at Warehouse 77 near the Corpo Plaza waterfront, which is on the north side of the corporate plaza. So that would be kind of here-ish. Did everybody see that thing or no?
No.
Okay, one more
Did
time.
not zoom me.
Here-ish.
Let me zoom out. I'm sorry. One more time? Yeah, okay,
Here-ish.
got it.
Everybody's paying me.
Got it.
Okay, great. So, you obviously needing a bit of backup and someone who is capable of kind of scanning the lines would be the one that's calling out for assistance. You've had great help in the past from Morrigan. The only other person that you have is still connected to the old kind of Carbon Connect. So I'm assuming you're calling them.
Yeah.
Okay. I was
Yeah,
waiting
we'll
for
go
it to
with that.
go, no. You know who is really good at fucking shit up? Siege. I'm calling him.
Honestly, both.
Well,
Honestly, we had a great time last time. We hung out, and yeah.
I will
That
let
tin can can really put some bullets in a bitch. Let's go.
you know that you are paying for whoever you are hiring. So,
Okay.
okay, if you want to call Siege and take him up as a possible ad, you can.
No, that was a joke. I will call Morgan.
Okay.
She also needs money.
So the individual in question, this is the only image that has been released and is kind of going for the information regarding this individual on N54's databases and all the databases you can kind of pull from. They
She got a lot
go
of shit attached to her.
by Odette. And for
Great.
Cam and Columbo, who is now entering into the office after our meet, I can't shake my own hand correctly. Our meeting. With that said, John, go ahead and describe Columbo, who we haven't seen in a while.
Yeah, you haven't seen Columbo in a while. He's he's no longer in CPD. He's for some reason a little bit more Turkish than Italian.
You're muted, John. Or
No,
just-
I'm not. I wasn't
Am I?
talking.
Okay, never
I'm
mind.
not. I'm not either.
No, you're fine.
Sorry.
Oh,
No, you were muted because you
No,
were
Johns
not
are
making
muted.
noise, but you were doing
Our
gestures.
Johns are not muted. Our voice is perfect.
after
Comrade.
a bunch of different circumstances, he's decided to resign from what? What now?
But there's a bunch of different circumstances.
He
He's
decided to
busted the
resign
balls.
from the NCPD, and yeah, he's a bit more fashion forward.
I want to focus in on a bunch of different circumstances, as funny a bit as that was from Zach, but I do want to make sure that we clarify. So we had discussed in 2077 that Gino had taken a liking to Isaac Reyes, a character played by Johnny in our pickup games, a young patrolman for NCPD who also got kind of stashed on the Biotechnica gig, right? Then in the kind of off screen, we had a couple of narratives that were put out, but one during a Scream Sheet thread where Isaac Reyes was gunned down mercilessly by Martin, whose last name I can't recall right off the top, but I'm going to find it eventually. Cyber Psycho. And so at that point, when the NCPD basically went with Trauma Team and kind of decided that they were going to put that patrolman into a full body conversion against his will because he'd signed himself away to NCPD, Gino kind of lost it. It was a little too much for him because the kid was not really made for that.
Piece of shit.
He wasn't a piece of shit. Like it would have been better if he just died nobly than being kind of forced to grind as a soulless machine for a soulless machine. So he quit, and here he is in the office. Go ahead, you're walking in. Cam and Ronaldo are smoking, drinking, not fucking, but we got close there. But yeah,
It's early yet.
So Walker, you say, "Oh, it's the occasion, huh?"
we're just glad about season 2, and we're working through some things we had to kind of deal with to make sure that you can stay on with us, and we're really happy the conclusion we came to.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's a good way to put it, huh?
I ain't gonna be doing anything fucking different. I'm just not with the NCPD. Is that the problem?
I mean, that's pretty fucking different, Gino. It ain't the fucking same.
Well, I'll tell you this.
Yeah,
It's not too terribly different, but I will say it comes with adjustments. And he kind of like quickly kind of taps his temple, his eyes turn red, and he flicks into your account, Gino, 20,000 eddies.
Okay.
NCPD was paying you an hourly rate. Our contract was in the past with NCPD. They got paid the royalties on Hogwatch. You had no licensing to it. Now that you are no longer employed by NCPD and your contract has been terminated with that corporation, you are now a freelance employee. Now, I've paid you what a freelance employee is entitled to. If you wish to be full time, we can do the paperwork and have you hired on right away. But that's for later. You have an important matter to deal with right now. Cyber Psycho at the skipping the scene back out to Cryptid and Morrigan arriving on the scene at that location. So from a distance, you can see that there's one entry in. It looks like it has been closed off and a security parameter has been put up. From what you can tell from this distance, this is recent. This is not something that has been done like for a very long time. You're curious if they're going to call out MaxTac or NCPD. Do you wish to gain any information about the facility, about the location, before kind of getting ready to stumble in?
Can I try to find a schematic?
Um,
Points of entry kind of thing?
So it's a Biotechnica location. It looks like it follows bog standard, so it's going to be an open lot, like a parking lot almost. That's kind of underneath the higher kind of construction of like Night City. So it's kind of like down closer to the water, underneath buildings that are kind of like built over top of them. And then it looks like there is a building that is very simple. That looks like it has a number of tunnels connected to it that lead from this location to an underground network that connects with Biotechnica. So
We
basically,
love that.
when things get
It's not
here,
dramatic at all.
they go into the holes, they disappear into these holes on these small little trams, and then they show up in Biotechnica's mailroom. Make
We
sense?
love Biotechnica and Militech tunnels. They're the best.
They are the best. You are correct. They are obviously not the worst.
Nobody dies in those things.
Nobody has ever died in those things. You are not.
I didn't lose any friends because of these fucking tunnels and the bullshit going
Never
on in them.
once.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Never could have happened.
Anyway. Nope.
Nor would it have.
Nope.
Nope.
Anyway. I don't want to go in tunnels.
Well, if you're just scouting from a distance, you're looking around. You can go ahead and both make perception rolls. I'll give you some information,
Yeah.
and then I'll cut back to the other side of the crew, grabbing their team. Okay. Morgan, you kind of find a high vantage point up on a scaffolding. You're able to kind of jump up there relatively quickly. And when you get to the top, you kind of lay yourself down, sniper rifle out, and kind of like looking through, and then also just checking normally. I'm going to move your token to a map, and you're basically going to be looking at this place from a distance away. So the angling is a bit off, so ignore the stuff on the northern side that allows you to kind of peer into the... Actually, I can cut that off from you before I move you. That's an easier way of doing it. Let's do that.
You don't see it.
Here we go. Okay.
All right.
So you would see, and this is another wonderful map by Mapmaker Solution. This is a very cool one. So you're looking over a kind of security door with like the security chirons kind of blaring on the front of it, right? Inside, you would see that there's like stacks of just boxes that kind of go all the way back. There's a wall at the far side that kind of just, goes straight up into a building up above. On the left side, there appears to be a warehouse facade, and there is a roof to that warehouse. It's about 30 feet up. And then 50 feet above that is where the building ceiling is located. And by building ceiling, I mean you're outdoors, technically, but you are underneath a very massive series of constructions.
Okay. And so, just to be sure, I'm off the map still further away? Or...
Yeah, you're probably like a solid 150 feet out from that location.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
You would see, kind of patrolling the grounds, a woman that matches the description of the person you're looking for, according to Cryptid.
I will let her know.
Awesome.
Keep an eye on her.
Yeah, she just seems to be kind of wandering about. Occasionally, she'll look at one of the boxes and kind of start knifing at it, kind of like checking it. Okay, with that, we'll cut
Like
to
knifing, like stabbing, or
she's
like
holding
prying?
a knife and like.
Yep, still a box.
It kind of looks like
Still
she's,
a
Box isn't
box.
bleeding enough.
it kind of looks like she's popping it open, looking at it. I guess is the best way to say it. Yeah,
Okay.
fair enough. I guess knifing would give me going nuts.
Still a
on
box.
I thought you meant like she was shanking this box. I wasn't sure if you meant that or prying it open.
it. Understandable. So
Don't hide in the boxes. You might get shanked.
low key, you are given a job opportunity by Ronaldo. It's 500 eddies for the day, 1,500 if there are complications. You would be told by your contemporary that she too has been given a job by Ronaldo. And then Siege, you would get a call notice that we're ready to claim our one-off meet location. Once the day is done and the job is done, we'll be square. So you would meet not too far away from where Cryptid and Morrigan are basically doing their recon. Cam, I assume you and Columbo arrive in the van.
Yeah, I can't imagine they let him keep the cop car.
No, he has his own car,
I-
actually.
Oh, I
Oh, okay.
didn't know we were. I thought we were still talking.
Oh, did you want what? No, I cut it off for dramatic purposes because it was like ramble. Do you want to ramble? We can ramble. Fuck it, let's go. What do you want to say?
That's up to you.
Rather.
No.
It was just a cinematic way to cut it off and put it back to the
Yeah, no. We cut it off. We can do it
All right,
later.
shit. So, are you wanting to
Sure.
drive, or are you getting in the van, buddy cop?
You
with
riding
me?
with me?
I'll get in the van.
All right. So you two would arrive. Low key, you would
I
arrive.
was-
Go ahead, John.
I was just preparing for more narrative.
Oh, no worries. It's coming. Here it comes. Again, he's not going to try and contract you right before a possibly lethal gig, because then he has to pay your family. So you arrive on the scene.
Smart exec.
In the van. Loki, you arrive on the scene with your associate in a car that is suitably downplayed. This is definitely the worst vehicle you've driven in Planetside. But, you know, it seems like she handles it rather well. It's just an old beater. And then Siege, you would arrive public transportation with your duffel bag as previously described. Cam, you're the one starting the job, so you would see the people.
Wait.
You're arriving on the scene. You're getting out of the van.
Okay.
You see Loki from the data tablet.
Oh, got it. Yeah.
You see a person who you Ronaldo would have mentioned before you left. This is what's her name? Victra. She is also a kind of solo-y, kind of punk type. And then you would see kind of getting off of the bus about a block away, kind of wandering over Siege, who you would see in his kind of picture is different than, you know, the news was kind of broadcasting him the other night. He's not in full armor. He's just got a duffel bag, and he looks like fucking Dolph Lundgren.
We're supposed to see part of the board.
Do you?
No.
I see black.
Well, then good.
Yeah.
Should be solid black for everybody but me and Oregon right now.
Okay.
We're outside of the building. We're on the street. It's a relatively busy street with a lot of kind of higher end vehicles. Enough parking on the side though. Not a lot of people are stopping here. So the van parks. The the very much an edge runner's car parks. There's a motorcycle or two over Chandraways, and then a bus about a block away stops, and a big Russian guy gets out. And then the Russian guy, the two solos in the car together, they come over to the N54 van. And so this is happening around you, Cryptid and Morrigan. It's up to you whether or not you want to engage with it or not.
I'll wait to surprise them in the middle of shit. It'll be good.
I'm in my nest. I'm good.
You've got Siege's contact info. You can just drop him a message whenever you want to.
I've got Siege and Cam.
Be like, oh hi.
Because remember, I gave Cam a brain dance at one point.
There was that. So Cam's just gonna hop out of the van, pop open one of the side doors, and like stand on the sidewalk there, like waiting for everybody to like kind of group up. Like I'm in a big pink van. I ain't hard to fucking find.
Victor kind of drops the hint to you, Loki, and kind
He
of
hops out.
Yeah, what kind of is Cam still in the van, or is he like waiting outside of it?
I'm waiting outside, like on the sidewalk with like the side panel open, basically.
All right, Loki and Victor will kind of walk up. He's got this big smile on his face. He says, "Hey, you must be Cam. I was told to meet you here." And he kind of like reaches his hand out for like a big handshake.
Fucking Loki, baby!
Yeah.
Clap you back.
Let's fucking get this. And this little number over here, this Sheila, this is Victra. And he kind of puts his hand around her waist and pulls her in. And as he does that, she clocks him right in the gut. What'd I say about touching me, you fucking choom? Right. Sorry, love. Yeah, this is Victra. I do the talking, she'll do the fighting.
Pause for a second.
Good! Looks like you deserve more of it.
Pause for a second. A very interesting thing happened, and I want to exploit it. Cam, I need you to make a street slang roll. Language street
I noticed
slang
it off the bat.
No. This is very good. This is very well role played. I don't know if you understand how beautiful this is. I need a DV 15, so 16 or better. It's relatively high. Could just be like a flub. They also seem Australian.
It's like when
Nah, you don't pick up on it.
It's like those Europeans trying to be American and not get away and not
You
get
fucking
clocked on it.
choom. You fucking.
I
friend.
don't even know what I did wrong.
You said choom instead of gonk.
I don't know. We're from Spain.
Choom is a friendo. Gonk is some street asshole with no brain.
I thought you did it on purpose, but it's totally chill.
No,
It's perfect.
I'm playing.
It's
That's
perfect.
just how good it is. I'm another level. I'm playing myself.
Full method, Steve, right now.
Walk into the character. They seem on the level.
Great. Seems like they'll be able to help. Fuck it. Has Striga made their way over? Yeah.
Who?
Go. Or sorry.
Please
Siege.
no.
Whoop.
Do not bring my nightmares into this.
Chad's like, I get to play them again? I get to play. No, Chad, don't get your hopes up.
Sorry.
Yeah, when Cam gets out of the van, like Siege initially is like, he kind of tenses up, like he just instinctively like starts going into combat mode, and then he's like, no, and he kind of relaxes himself, but he's still like sizing Cam up, like he's very surprised at just how fucking big this guy is.
Yeah, he's a meat wagon. So, you basically get simply told 500 eddies to hang with them for the day, 1,500 if it gets complicated.
Wait, for Siege?
Yeah, 500 eddies to hang out with this crew and do some scouting around here.
I thought he wasn't getting paid.
Oh, no,
that's-
sorry. Siege knows that he's pro bono, yeah. Everyone else, this would be...
Okay.
Loki and Victra are getting told that's the rate, and she kind of seems to, go with it. That seems pretty standard, it seems.
So I'm sorry. Are we hanging around this area, or are we going to a different location?
Muted.
No, we're doing this shit right here.
Okay. Well, need to get dressed.
Let me get
Give
dressed.
me a moment.
Goes behind the van. You hear a
Dude.
and then he comes back out the other side. It's like a video game.
When he opens his bag, he kind of goes and starts pulling like all his pieces of armor out, and you can see it's kind of like it all looks like it's been bombed with like pink, blue, and yellow paint.
Don't forget the one sticker right on
Yeah.
his ass,
I would say,
Yeah. So
covering
he's
a
like,
bullet hole.
I'd say you notice it. This pull out. You're just
Or
like,
it's a band-aid.
He
It's a
just kind of-
band-aid, that's right.
it's like whatever. It doesn't affect like the efficacy of the armor at all. So he just starts like getting dressed, and when he comes back around, he's all like splattered with this brightly colored Mox paint.
Look fucking dope, dude.
Little
You,
fucking
you don't understand how good that's gonna show up on camera. You got to be upfront, man. I like don't
Paint
know how to
and
tell you this, but I
doodles.
think you're breaching.
And he's kind of like nods, like yeah, that was the kind of the plan anyways. But he's like being very agreeable because it's
Fuck
just like
yeah. Next time, like if you use pink and blue, though, it goes a lot better for the program. But
That's-
like, good first attempt.
That's also when he pulls out of the bag, like finalizing the fit, the Constitutional Arms Defender, which is a massive LMG. So he definitely is going to be the guy. You just push into the way.
Great.
Krypton and Morrigan, as you're kind of scouting, you would see her on the other side kind of rush over to the doors. This would be Morrigan mainly. Rush over to the doors and then pull it up and then slip inside of the warehouse.
All right.
You're talking Victra?
Morrigan would be seeing this
Oh, okay.
because
So-
she's already posted kind of up and kind of looking there, and so they can see like the whole area. And then
I'm saying
Can I,
Victor was the one that went and opened it.
you keep on.
can I make a... Sorry.
you keep
Victor
clipping.
was the one that went.
It's so bad, Chad. I'm so sorry.
I don't know why.
Okay, that was good. Say like that.
Victor was the one that went and opened the door.
Oh, Victor went and opened the door?
No, who went and opened the door?
No
You
one's
said
opened the
Morgan
door.
saw-
The door's not open. Looking over it.
I'll open the door.
You said somebody
What door?
lifted up a door and slipped inside.
Sorry.
Krypton
No.
and Morrigan.
The
are seeing
cyber
that.
psycho on the other side rushed towards the door for the warehouse, and she is leaving the
Right.
open area and entering into the
I
building.
got you.
Okay.
Okay.
And
Just for Morrigan.
Is it possible for me to clip like a 5-second thing
Not-
for my BD and send it?
No, because you're not BD
No?
recording. It would be
Damn.
just a regular video, but unfortunately, Morrigan doesn't
You do
have
that.
video access. So what you're getting is
I
just...
thought you said I could see it too.
So no, sorry.
Sorry.
Apologies. Let me clarify. Morrigan is in the nest, watching the scene. The only one that has visual on the location as of right now. Okay? And what Corey saw is that I moved the token over to the door I'm talking about, opened it, and they slipped in, the cyber psycho. Odette. What Morrigan is able to do is pass that information to Cryptid so your team is aware of this movement. If you want to flick a text to Cam with that information, basically just forwarding that information, that's possible.
Yeah, for Cam and Siege, I'd like to send a text that has the warehouse, just says warehouse door, and whatever northwest or east, northwest, southeast, one of the wherever it was.
Got it.
What side?
The two of you would basically look over in the direction of the door and then kind of looking around and across the street near to where you are. You would see a scaffolding, and you would see at the base of that scaffolding is Cryptid.
Sends a text
Okay.
back like I'm about to shout something, and then like Shoots a text real quick, and the agent, the fuck you doing here?
That's none of your business.
You want to catch a psycho?
Why do you
Siege
think
would
I?
respond?
Go ahead, Chad.
Siege
Yeah.
would respond with his Chiron. Thanks for the intel. Do you have a visual of the target?
And as everyone's kind of turning and looking over at Cryptid, in response to that text, she'd probably just point up.
Yeah,
And
eyes in the sky.
you'd see Morrigan kind of on the side, close to the ladder.
He would say, "Can you send me a picture?" Like basically, he's asking for a visual identification of who he's looking for.
I do not believe that Morrigan has micro
No,
video.
Morgan doesn't have recording.
But
I gotta get you
Very
one
well.
of these things.
the data term has the information regarding the psycho you're looking for, Cam. So when you kind of go back to the people you're hiring, you would show them the visual, and it's the last photo. In fact, it's the very same visual that Cryptid stole from your data terms. So if she sends it over, and
I love your database.
and you're showing it to them on the
It's our
data term,
database.
uh, you would
That
know
would be pretty funny.
that this is what the individual appears to look like.
Excellent. All right, let me check
Cryptid absolutely
my.
ripped that from your database.
Can
Yeah,
confirm
if
that
Siege
is
makes
the-
that connection, he's not going to spill the beans.
Okay.
Let me check my combat awareness real quick.
That is a small child.
And I'll move tokens onto the board now, but I want to be sure. I want to be sure that everybody is aware of how this movement and action will go when we get to it. You're not technically inside yet. Okay? Just bear with. I want to make sure certain things are voiced and stated before we get to the actual entry into the location. So, you were planning on breaking through the doors, is that correct? Okay.
Yeah.
If you are wanting to rush now, you're welcome to. If you would like to delay and wait, you can also wait. But from Morrigan's perspective, it looks like they have gone to ground for some reason.
I mean,
But-
we don't know if she saw us or something else. We should probably wait.
Okay.
How long? And are there any other exits to this warehouse?
The tunnels that lead into the ground, yeah.
Yeah, tunnels.
And from my perspective, it didn't look like she noticed us at all, right?
She definitely looked alarmed, but you can't really see much of her face to kind of get like a human perception roll here. She definitely looked like she was moving as if, like, again, you've been out in the wilds. Like, there aren't a lot of animals out there, but there are some. You've seen animals kind of go to ground when they're threatened. You've seen, other nomad packs and even your own go to ground when they're threatened. You understand the necessity for, like, finding a place that's safe when you feel like you're being kind of engaged with.
All
I
right,
feel like
so
Lark
Siege is-
would want to wait, but I feel like honestly, Cryptid is more of a "now let's get this shit going" kind of thing. So, Siege, you're the tin can with the big gun.
Mm-hmm. Siege is going to take point. He's going to go ahead and start moving towards the building. I'm going to put all 4 points into combat awareness.
Okay. Are you pulling
Um,
back your crew, or are you going in, Cam?
I think we're going in.
All right.
I'm like worried about losing her in the tunnels. That's we
Yeah.
wait too long.
If you have jump boosters, a method of climbing that is kind of cybernetic, you can get over the wall without issue. Otherwise, for everyone else, you're going to need a electronic security roll to be able to break the doors here.
Can I just physically break the
Is
doors?
You can
Let's
try.
try it. I got it.
Yeah, let's. Okay.
Okay. So as you're kind of like looking at the doors,
Fuck that
seeing
door.
that they are armored, very heavy, metal doors that are kind of slated into the ground and kind of move on a track. Cryptid goes over to the side panel, breaks open the box, starts fidgeting around with wires. You hear a loud sparking and she kind of slams two together that don't look like they're supposed to do that. And then the doors, the Chiron that's kind of saying warning, stay out, security risk, those flash off and then the door parts and slowly kind of opens to the sides. As you step inside, it's an immediate response, like it starts to track back. So you're very much going to be bottling yourself into this location. The door will be shutting behind you.
Does Morgan have visibility into this space or no?
So it is going to be open, the door that she opened. So I'm going to make that true.
Is Vic taking point with me?
No, Victra should be hanging out with the her choom. That said,
That
in the
dunked up
location,
chum.
in the location ahead of you, you see that on the left and right side there are smaller shipping containers, probably only about 8 meter or 8 feet like long, and only about like 6 feet tall. They're not massive shipping containers. They are very simple. These can kind of move around on easy loading trucks. No big deal. And it looks like they've all been slated and slotted on the western wall for purpose. These will enter into the city. They'll probably be picked up and moved. Drop-offs go to the left, and it looks like on the ground, all about you in front of you, are boxes, containers, and the like, all with biotechnical logos, with one exception. These boxes here. And Ares, or Loki, I would like for you to go ahead and make a business roll for me.
Hell yeah, I love business. All right, education.
Business.
That's a 22.
Those are Militech packages. They do not have Militech logos on them, but you know that those are Militech resources. They should not be here.
Take them.
Noted.
Okay, so I'm going to go from left to right and just ask you where you're going. Siege is obviously moving towards the front, so if you would like to go first, Chad, I will go ahead and just start with you. Actually, I'm going to start with Cam. Cam, since you're the boss on the scene, you can kind of give out directions, shout out angles. I know that's not your thing, but I'll let you go first since you are technically the boss.
The only request he has is for Siege to go first.
Do you have any other requests that they need to know regarding the psycho, though? Because remember
Oh, yes. Sorry. We do not shoot to kill. We shoot to capture. The goal is containment. Everybody understand. Again, the goal is containment.
I know a good Ripper Doc.
Fantastic. Doesn't matter. Goal is containment.
Okay.
You used to know.
And if you shoot to kill, you're gonna have a problem with me. Just
It's
Yes,
a
he
tenfold
shoots to
boss.
kill people who
Okay.
shoots to kill.
That's a really funny statement, Chad. But I don't think Clark got it. You used to know a really good Ripper Dog. Funny little chibis on your dash do not count.
Hey, no, I know Red Tail.
Oh, true. Red Tail is really
If you
good.
remember the last time that we went after
Yeah.
a cyber cycle, I shot her in the fucking face, and then we took her to Red Tail and patched her up, and then turned her over to Regina.
No. You
Kim
didn't
might actually know that.
You dropped her off hot. You dropped her off hot. Like that
Oh
was-
yeah, yeah.
Morgan had to drive him around. No, you did take. You
Oh
did
no,
go
Red
to Red
Tail
Tail.
was just with us at that point.
Red
Yeah,
Tail was to put legs back on.
that was with the next one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Still, shot her in the face. We had a med tech on site. It was
Cam?
fine.
no shoot to kill. That's the call out. Siege, that is definitely a strange one. But it's what the boss wants. It's not a very good price, and it should have been negotiated prior. But your call. You're up. How would you like to move? And if you want to say anything over the holophone, feel free.
Yeah, first off, he's just going to move to about here, and he's just going to sort of do like a slow pan from left to right around the room, and just sort of like listen. He's basically just trying to see if he can get any sort of sensory information that will betray the location of wherever this person's hiding.
Go ahead and make a perception roll. Okay, so you would hear that it does sound like there is some moving about inside the warehouse on the north side. So that's these doors here. But what your perception is able to kind of glean, and you're not like, you don't bring any awareness to the fact that you notice it, but there is a outline of something rather small up on top of the lamppost between 4 and 3. So right where you're kind of walking. And the outline in question you recognize because it's a Militech experimental thermo-optical camouflage. It appears to be on a device that appears to have spider appendages and a camera unit. So you are currently being watched by something.
So I'm gonna so Siege is going to. Okay, so real quick. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna play it out, and then we'll go from there. He's gonna kind of like start slowly turning back towards the party, and then he's gonna like whip around real quick with his heavy SMG and shoot it.
Okay. Go ahead and make a auto fire attack.
Considering this is technically combat, can I reassign my?
Yeah, that's fine.
My. Okay,
you also
so
did the slow
we'll
play. You could have taken more than a second. It's fine.
I got you.
You
So yeah, we'll do the. Yeah.
It's 3 for 1 on precise.
Yep. So hold on a second while I swap this back around.
All right. Taking the very sage words of one Bruce Campbell in It's a Trick, Get an Axe, Siege will spin about and blast the hologram imaging thing. Sufficient. You would hit it. No, you would miss it by 1. Interesting. Technically, I'm going to say it's a hit, but it doesn't do damage. That's fair. So you would watch the kind of scattering of bullets kind of hit what appears to be like an armored metal unit. And as it kind of hits, you can actually see the thermo-optic camouflage displace. And low-key, you would recognize the device as... Do you know what it is?
Flathead?
It is a flathead drone, correct. Once it takes the shots, it drops down, becoming fully invisible again. And with your perception, you're able to track it for a time, but it manages to kind of displace itself in the boxes. And if you wish to find it again, you'll need to make another perception roll to find it. But it very much sees you, takes a couple shots, gets kind of like, engaged, and then darts off.
So but it's no longer got like a direct line of sight on us.
It no longer has a current direct line that you are aware of.
And as far as we know, those things don't have weapons.
You have no idea what it is capable of. That's not you.
Okay. He as he kind of turns back to the rest of the group, he points in that general direction. And he, on the Chiron, he says, she's over there. And then he starts walking that way. He holsters his heavy SMG and then readies his LMG and starts walking that way.
Okay. We'll go
And
to
he's
the next
like
person.
sweeping.
Cam. Yeah, go ahead.
Wants to keep an eye on that, so I'm just gonna like move where my position is.
Go ahead and make a perception roll as you kind of try to scan the area, looking for wherever that thing went. And then Steve, you're on deck.
So we all see that instance of like
Uh-huh.
the drone, like kind of revealing itself.
That's why you were able to identify it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So
I'm gonna put a luck into this.
Okay.
13.
Yeah, you are at a loss as you're kind of looking at the area. That is definitely technology you're not familiar with. The thermoptic camouflaging.
Did y'all say the drone was outside or in that little area?
The drone would have been up on the lamp. It got hit by auto fire. It dropped down and vanished again, and then kind of hit the boxes and darted into the kind of boxes area in between 3 and 4.
And my low light infrared UV optics don't help with that.
Not at all.
Is there any way that I can make a perception check to find it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. See if I have anything crazy.
And you're still on the nest, right?
Yeah. I'm
Okay.
not going to move unless I have to.
And you would inform the group that you, through cryptid that you have eyes on the courtyard. Anything that happens inside the warehouse is going to be a problem. You also don't see the flathead. It appears to have vanished expertly.
Loki would essentially explain to Cam, and since he's kind of the boss, what the flathead, the basics of it, like how it works, and that essentially someone is just going to be watching us the whole time because we're not. The chance of us being able to maintain like a visual on it is probably like 0. So the idea of stealth is probably out the window. Like someone is watching us through that thing. Because it's a very high piece of tech, and so whoever also has it is either a really good thief or really well funded.
Okay, well, then I think we need to go hot, and that's the way Columbo likes to work anyway, huh, buddy?
Hey, you know what?
Okay. Next on the docket would then be Columbo, so perfect segue there. Go ahead and let me know what you want to do, John, as the scene has been laid out to you.
I mean, I would go up. Lost my character sheet. Oh no, man.
Okay. Then next on the docket.
I'm just gonna move up.
Okay. We already got Lauren, and you're kind of keeping an eye on the area, looking out for the flathead specifically. Okay, and then cryptid.
What the heck? Somebody's. Anyway, I think I'm gonna try to move up to these boxes, double movement, and kind of take a better look at those yellow Militech boxes.
You do not recognize that they'd be odd, just that they're different than everything else.
Yeah.
They're yellow.
The yellow boxes. They're fucking weird.
I think that was mainly areas.
And she was jabbing at boxes before.
Okay. Go ahead and make a perception roll. Or sorry, business roll.
Alright. Business?
Mm-hmm.
Where the fuck is that gonna be?
It's under education.
Education. Business.
Yeah, so you do not recognize the shipping labels here. What you would be able to tell is they're not Biotechnica, and based on everything that's kind of present here, it doesn't look like they're supposed to be here.
Does it look like they've had tampering with?
They
Like
don't look like they've been tampered
being
with.
pried open?
Low-key,
Okay.
what you would recognize is that she ran over to those specifically and kind of started looking at those, which you already have identified as a problem.
Mm-hmm.
Anything you want to do, Loki?
Did she like she's like opening them or just like inspecting them?
She hasn't started to open them yet.
All right, then that's fine. No harm in looking. Do the boxes Do they look like weapons cases or more like tech cases?
Yeah, great question.
I'm
You
gonna-
won't be able to identify that unless you get closer.
Oh, yeah, then I can definitely take a look.
Okay.
And as I kind of approach, did we get kind of like a quick, like, this is Loki, this is cryptid, or is it kind of just
you
like
two
we're
haven't
rolling
been
with these
introduced
people?
yet. You just
Because I don't know if
looking at each
Cam
other.
introduced us or anything.
Yeah. Everyone else in that you were introduced to Siege, Cam and Columbo, but yeah, no, not Cryptid or Morrigan yet.
Well, pleasantries aside, what does it look like? Loki asks Cryptid, like, what did you find? What does it look like?
Not Biotechnica. And I would try to open it, but I don't know what our action economy is right now.
Oh, sure. So as you kind of like start that, everybody in the space hears a very loud like klaxon sound, and you would hear the sound of AV engines kind of buffeting off of the walls, and it sounds like it's coming in from dockside. So it'll be coming effectively in the way that you're coming. Morgan, since you're the only one that's outside, you're the only one that catches eyes on it. You see that it is a Biotechnica
God damn it.
AV that is moving in to land and dispense security drones or security robots. You decided to jump in. You should have waited.
We got company.
No, it's okay. I thought it was gonna be Max Tack.
Oh no!
I'm glad it's not Max Tech. Max Tech sucks.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, for sure.
They probably wouldn't take too kindly to the Most Wanted from last week either.
Morgan, what are you
Yes,
doing
okay.
immediately once you identify that that's what's happening?
Can I see the pilot
No,
through my scope?
there is no pilot.
Oh, no. How? Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so AVs that carry non-personnel like this, they will have like pilot stationing, but they will be piloted remotely.
Okay. Mm-hmm. In which case, do I know anywhere on that I can shoot to just disable it?
No,
Okay.
unless you have. Is there an air vehicles tech?
Yes, there is.
Roll an air vehicles tech. I'll set the DV at. I'm not looking to see what you rolled. I'm going to set the DV at a nice harsh 23. What do we get?
Nope.
17. Not good enough.
Okay. I'll quickly confirm with the cryptid. Are we fighting these guys or?
Well, she's just aware of the klaxon. She's not aware that there is an AV coming.
Oh
so
yeah. I mean,
incoming.
Okay.
If you can prevent them from getting in here, that would be awesome.
All
I'd
right.
rather not fight them.
So in the response to that cryptid, you have what feels like not a very long time to respond to what's happening here. Do you wish to hide, maneuver, ready for fights, etc.?
Well, I don't know where that flathead is, so stealth is probably not on our side. But I would like to take some cover.
Okay.
Maybe like between boxes or
You
something.
go ahead
right
and move
here.
to the number of spaces equals your
Four.
movement, and then I'll go ahead and ask
Okay.
the same question of everyone else as well.
4, 5.
Next up would be
Okay.
Chad. There's a loud
Inbox.
klaxon. You assume there's incoming. You can move at your pleasure. Do what you like.
That was in this direction.
Yeah, outside.
Okay.
Biotechnica drones, by the way, guys.
He's gonna basically move to this location.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna go prone,
Okay.
and he's gonna use his action to prop up the LMG on the bipod, aiming at the door.
Okay, so it does feel like the klaxon is more, and the AV engines kind of allude to you that they're not going to come through the door. They're probably going to fly right over it and just land.
Drop down.
Drop down where?
You don't know.
Okay, sorry. I was so like what? Fly over this way?
Yeah, they'll come like right over top the doors and kind of just land wherever they can land.
this is like an open space. Like this is like a yard, not a building. That's a building.
Right.
Gotcha.
You're effectively inside
Okay.
of an enclosed space that's inside of an enclosed space that has an enclosed space in it. Because Cyberpunk is weird.
In which case, I would not move towards the door. I would probably move. Because there's so many boxes, I'm not going to have like a good line of sight.
No, but you might be able to get. Can you get in a container for cover?
That I want to be able.
Or-
I'll move here
Okay.
and kind of set up by
Squeeze.
this box. I
And then
can kind of
set up. Okay.
so I can sort of
Okay.
keep an eye on.
Bipod
all
does
this.
not require you to drop down. The legs drop down when you use the action to drop the bipod, by the way.
Oh shit! They
Yeah, you can stand and fire it from Pintle. Yeah.
yeah. Let's do that.
You don't have to lay down. you
I was
think
thinking
you think a Corpo would
normal-
test fire that for somebody on display if it did? No. Hell no.
like a bipod with a limited reach.
You bring that gun to me. Okay, next then would be Steve. Again, you hear the klaxon as loud as anybody. It does look like the person you were standing next to books it for cover.
Yeah, I'll probably do the same. I'm not very fast, but I think I can get here.
Okay.
And you said now that I'm closer, can I tell if these are weapons or tech?
Yeah. So these are tech. These appear to be crates that would contain experimental cyberware.
Do basic cyber eyes come with like the ability to take a photo or record,
Yeah.
or do you need to specifically have
micro video is what you would need in a cyber eye to be able to capture a video, and then I think cameras are also a thing that would be for still images. But if you
Alright,
have
I have none of that.
you have a hollow phone in your head, I would say it'd be fine to take still images with that, but it would be kind of low
Yeah, like
quality.
taking it with your phone, essentially. Essentially, regardless of what happens here, I want to just take photos of this and like essentially add my GPS or like my coordinates and
So
just
that
like send it off to
recognition-
Severo. Just make sure that in case I don't get out of here.
So
it's still
reclamation
known.
can happen for the corporation regardless of your safety. Got it.
Right.
Columbo, you hear the klaxon. You understand what's happening. How would you like to maneuver?
Probably get
Okay.
towards the side, past Cam.
Looking for cover. Cam, what are you doing?
Probably the same as Gino.
Okay. And Morgan, do you stay on your location on perch?
Yep, I'm gonna keep an eye on him, and until things pop off, I'm just gonna.
Whoosh, boom, swoosh, comes in. AV kind of drops down. Biotechnica logos on the side, mostly black AV. And you can see that when it hits, the doors open. You can see the red flashing and lights kind of on the ground, and you watch as 4 security robots for Biotechnica pop out and start moving towards the warehouse. They do not seem to designate you as a threat initially. Siege, do you engage with them at all as they're coming out?
No, actually, I'll wait till they enter the warehouse and then I'll follow in behind them. Fucking let them get.
If
Let
you
them.
see them enter into the space, the next thing that you would witness is that their heads, shoulders, and chest areas become alight with this very bright pinkish red coloration that starts bursting out from them, and you hear a nasty and horrifying metallic scream come from all of the security robots, and they fall to the ground.
Well, that was easy.
Good job, guys.
Deej, you going next.
This very,
Real quick.
this very strange distortion lingers on them. This very strange red kind of glowing hologram that kind of like permeates around their chassis, their head, and their arms.
Okay, well, I mean, Chad. I think Chad knows what happened.
Can Siege try to identify what happened?
Siege has no idea. There's no way he has any idea. He does not have interface.
Well, that was alarming. He kind of like, because he's got his micro video.
Oh yeah, yeah. What
So
did you
he
say,
kind of like,
John? What did you say?
I was like, the fuck?
The fuck? Okay.
so he kind of like snips the clip and throws it into the group chat, and he says, "The hell's that?" Like, it's like a short little 5-second video clip, and then like the message, "What the hell was that?"
From the ceiling,
I've
you
got eyes on
see
it.
a silhouette drop down and land amidst them. Kind of starts kind of walking on, like, you know, Spider-Man pose. She lands like that, and then she kind of starts like walking in that kind of posture over to one of the drones and grabs a hold of its head. Do you continue watching, or do you wish to try to engage her?
No. As soon as she lands, he's gonna open up on her.
Okay, so she's reaching for the weapon. You kind of lift up or spin around the bipod, spin around the weapon on the bipod, like locked in your position, and you start lighting her up. Okay, so pause for a second. Initiative. We are rolling it.
All
I
right.
selected on my character. It didn't even roll. What the fuck?
Does mine add my
Now it
initiative
does.
automatically?
Oh.
It
Gross.
should have the +4 already for the feat, yeah.
My first roll net didn't even go through.
did.
What the heck
Yep.
is that?
Via the mod?
Yeah, mod 4, reflex, and d10.
Okay.
Yep.
Cool.
Damn, Cam was
Just to
No,
confirm,
it's
John,
fast, but she was faster.
Oh my. Jesus
Oh, okay, never mind. Never mind.
She
So
quit.
it is 10.
Yeah, this is
Damn, boy.
this is gonna be a fun one.
Just to confirm, I can see her from where I'm at.
No, until she comes out of the warehouse, you cannot see her.
Okay.
If someone alarms you to that location, you can try and get a catch on her through thin cover. It's just that at certain points in the angling, it's going to be problematic because that is a load-bearing wall. So there are some places that are thin cover, but some places that are not so thin.
Okay.
Make sense?
As far as my perk works, can I choose her as my target?
You cannot see her yet, so no.
Okay, cool.
Okay. Bear with me as I switch the music to something a little more. She grabs the head of the thing, rips it off, and kind of like places it against her cheek and starts kind of rubbing it against her face. And then she kind of looks into its eye, and the eye starts glowing pinkish red, and you hear screaming from the device, and she tosses it down. That's her turn. Go ahead, Cam.
I've got like no eyes on this, so
Correct.
just gonna kind of move up, take a sort of defensive position. Actually, no, I can run. I'll get up to like there.
Okay. Hopping
Just
over
hold up,
boxes, running between boxes, you move past cryptid, kind of landing in that position, getting down low. The screaming is
And
very
bulletproof
noticeable.
shield is out.
Okay, left arm. Okay, Cam done. Columbo up.
Would follow.
AR up.
Yeah, they are up.
Taking a position behind these boxes. Okay. And do you want to ready any actions or anything?
I'd ready a AR shot.
Okay. Columbo done. Morrigan, you are up. You can see the back end of this one here, the drone that fell, and you're kind of trying to kind of like catch any sign or signal that you can see her, or kind of just get an idea of where she's at. You swap into the Nekomata's like thin cover detection, and you're pretty sure you've got like the outline of like the shoulder of an individual that's crouched down, but because of the way that the door frame is made, it is not thin cover, it is thick cover, and you're like, you just need her or whatever it is to kind of move to one side or the other, and then you'll be able to kind of get them either through the door or through the other space.
It does say that I can see through thin and thick.
Thin and thick. Okay, then yeah, you're fine. I thought it was just thin cover for attack weapon. Oh, the Nekomata scoop, super cool. Okay, so then you highlight her.
Cool.
Firing through thick cover, I don't think is something you can do though, right?
Can fire through thin and thick cover, ignores half targets at speed, round up.
Okay, cool. Then yeah, if you want to, you can go ahead and take a shot. You want to blow a hole through it. It's so much cover though, because there's these fucking crates. That's what I'm trying to inform you of. Like you're trying to shoot through so much cover.
Am I above the crate?
You are, but she's below them, which means you're creating an angle where you're going through crates. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna say go for it. I'm gonna set the DV a little higher than normal, but she's gonna be making the DV anyways, so I'm just gonna give her a modifier because of distancing.
I think my play is to not go for it right now because I kind of need
hold it
or not to know where the fuck I'm at.
Love yous.
Okay, so I may have tipped my hand there a bit, but your desire for that to be the case is never going to be an actualized thing. The main thing that this combat will definitely do for everyone is all of your desires will be stripped from you and become my pleasures. Period.
I'm into that.
Wow.
What?
No, I'm not in.
If you are not, sign that rock.
Did we just get that in the group chat?
Yeah. Then why not? So, how would you like to proceed? Your call.
So I'm definitely marking her as my target.
Okay. Locked on.
She's going to know where I'm at, and any. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. So when you lock onto her and like kind of capture her signal, you'll notice she kind of twitches and kind of like moves her head strangely in your direction. And this is the first time you've ever had this happen through a wall where someone seems to be looking back at you. So you're kind of like, oh. What the fuck?
I think I hold it. Yeah, I don't think I'm making that shot right now.
Okay.
Make sure it's charged up and get ready.
Low key.
All right. I think we just want to get in a position where we can see what's happening, if anything, if even just for education purposes.
The AV is definitely a lot of cover out in the open, which might get you an angle to see inwards, but you just have to get to a position that's satisfactory.
Won't be able to get there fast enough.
Okay.
Running is an action, right? And doubles your movement?
Yes, correct.
Yeah, I'll get close to the AV. Yeah, essentially just pull out my pistol and just kind of watch.
Victor, once she kind of gets into that position, will kind of pull out the device that activates the shield and kind of like hold it in a position, kind of guarding this end from you, and then she'll kind of reach over your shoulder, kind of pointing her gun past you towards the doors. Morrigan, as that's happening, go ahead and make a tactics roll, and then Siege, you are up.
Where is tactics?
Tactics is under education.
Ooh.
Okay. Yeah, those two solos that are a part of Cam's group, they're moving pretty weird, but you're not from the city, so you really don't know. Like, it doesn't seem to be kind of effectual, or it seems to be, really well coordinated.
This is a +1 to hit, auto
Sure.
fire.
Yeah.
That is a 16 roll, didn't quite make it.
You see her kind of like looking off at nothing, and then as you're kind of like getting ready to pull the trigger, her head kind of snaps back to you and kind of like jostles, and then she darts straight towards you. And as you're like lighting up, she just becomes this blur of vision, like just an absolute streak of light, and kind of stops around about here. And all of the bullets kind of slam into where she was, and she kind of it's like right next to you. No weapons drawn.
Okay. That's cool. I still have my movement,
Yep.
so
Free, drop the bipod, move.
yeah, I'm gonna do. Let's see.
Will there be shots from people who are ready stuff?
Yes.
'Cause I believe I'm one of them. Like right now?
Yes. No, sorry. Light her up.
Okay.
Okay.
That's it.
So you, well, no, because she has reflexes high enough to dodge.
Damn it.
You fire. She kind of like, as she's kind of watching him kind of move around, she kind of stops, head snaps over towards you, eyes kind of flare bright red, and she just drops like a doll being clipped of its strings. The bullet flies past her, hits the wall behind, and then she kind of props back up. And Siege, are you moving any further?
Let me see. Those 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I'll move.
Pause.
Move over by this.
If you're moving away from her, make an evasion roll. I need a, yep, it's not going to succeed. So she will, as you're kind of moving away, and she drops down, she picks back up, and then her hand kind of opens up the wrist. You see a bright red line shoot out that turns like kind of soft, glowing orange. She snaps that around your neck and kind of catches you and then pulls, and you feel yourself kind of like, ooh! kind of garroted and pulled back towards her. You are now being held, or you're in a grab. And also, she gets an immediate free choke on you, which means...
That's fine. That means she can't get away from me either.
I'm not trapped in here with you.
You're trapped here with me. Yep.
So, choke means that you are going to immediately take damage. The damage equals her body stat, which is a meter 8.
So,
take 8 damage direct. It ignores armor. It does not ablate it.
So, can I throw something in the Chiron after she like throws a lasso on me?
Yeah.
As he like from the outside, it looks like he's kind of like struggling with being choked. He just throws in the Chiron. Open up one of those containers.
Not a bad play. So Siege done, Cryptid up.
Alright, we are going to use On the Fly and Rio Bravo. So I'm running, and as I get to about here, I'm gonna fire off a shot while I keep running. And I get a +3, because I'm gonna be within 6 meters. So yeah, we're gonna... And I'm aiming for the head, obviously. Obviously. Where the fuck
The
is...
non-lethal headshots.
You said I took 8 damage?
Sure.
Yeah, from the choke.
Anyways, the Berea, which is a charge shot. Because of the thingy that they have. Where are we? Where's the thing on this? I don't fucking know. We're just gonna roll the attack.
Okay. She'll dodge.
I needed 8.
So you kind of brush up, pull the trigger.
That's at an 18?
Yeah. I got
Okay.
a 26. I got...
Well,
she
that sucks.
basically drops...
Is insane.
She drops down, the bullet kind of flies over her head, and she kind of like looks over her shoulder. Her eyes kind of light up red, and you can see her teeth like gritting. During this next turn, she's going to activate her Dynalar, Sandevistan, which means she's going to have 2 actions this turn and doubles her movement. Her first action, she's going to equip Siege as a human shield. She spins him like wholeheartedly around in between you and Cryptid, and once she does that, her eyes kind of light up and she'll activate her cyber deck. Do you have Self Ice, Cryptid?
I do. I also wasn't done moving. If
Oh,
that
go for
makes
it.
a difference.
Go for it.
So that was where I took the shot, but I end here.
Okay, so then in between you two. That'll still work for me. Okay. So you are now being used as a
Hoping to
human
take
shield,
some cover there.
which means
Yeah.
that any targets that or anybody that shoots at us and doesn't take the aim action will hit you instead, Siege. And that may mean that your armor, takes it all, which is kind of the best shield if you think about it. Or it could start doing damage to you, which you're making us look bad. Try and keep up. I need you to take all the damage for me, please. Regardless, the second action, she will then ping, since you moved out of her line of sight. She'll go ahead and no reason for her to hit Cam. Cam hasn't done anything yet. Columbo, do you have any self-ice? I don't think you do.
Probably not.
Yeah. So I'm going to flare up the cyber deck and log into you, and I'm going to go ahead and hit you with a puppet.
Whatever that means.
So you have just been quick hacked, and what that means is during your next turn, I have control of your character.
Okay.
Actually, it does not mean that because I failed my interface roll. However, she activated puppet for the first time, which means that all robots that she has merged with.
Oh no.
activate.
Yeah. That sounds right.
During this turn, and it's also going to be on her turn when they act, the robots get back up and will kind of like chamber the first round of their Arasaka assault rifles. They are still glowing with the strange pink and reddish light that was kind of displayed upon them when they came to her. Cam, this is crazy. Absolutely crazy shit. But yeah, this Odette seems to be the real deal. This is the psychoest cyber you have seen. I will also note, for those watching at home who may have been paying attention to the Discord, some of you folks in here as well, this is one of the Megans, just to make sure that that's clear as well. What would you like
Yeah.
to do, Cam?
I'm gonna take a wild shot.
Okay.
And I'm gonna take an aimed shot at Odette.
Okay. Do you want to aim for the head, the arm, the leg? You can basically kind of target wherever you want.
Exposed skin.
Okay. So the face.
Yeah, ideally.
It's a -8 regardless of what you pick, so.
Yep.
Okay, go ahead and take the shot. I'll roll my evasion.
There's no way.
I have a -2 because I'm currently holding on to him. So actually, I got an 18 total. That will hit her right in the face.
Beautiful.
No, not with the aim shot, right?
Yeah, with the aim shot. It hits her right in the face.
Oh, okay.
You have -8. You have -8.
Yeah, I have -8. It's not even fucking close.
Yeah, it's Sorry.
Like,
You're right.
there's no way. As soon as I clicked that and I didn't get above like an 8 or a 9, I was like, there's no way. It was a wild shot.
It's the lowest I've rolled. I rolled a 2.
Cool.
Like Garrett damage, does that interact with my armor at all?
No. It's a choke. I'm choking you. You're out of oxygen. I'm not actually cutting you with the monowire.
Yeah, the choke skips your
typically-
armor and does directly body, like their character's body damage worth
Choke
of your
typically
health.
takes an action to apply. First it's grab, then choke. But because of her NPC perks, she is able to, when someone tries to move away from her, make an attack roll. If successful, engage in grab, auto choke. Now on her next turn, or on that turn there, she could have continued choking you, but she's not. So it's like she's not tightening anymore. She's just now using you as a body shield.
Okay, that's fine.
Cam, solid turn. Columbo, you're up.
Again. Okay. Move up a little bit. Oh wait, I thought I was in control. You were in control of me.
Oh yeah. Okay. Cool.
Let me go back.
I'm gonna move through.
Move
the
up a little
boxes.
bit.
gonna-
Pop Cam in the back of the head.
Hold the gun, and Loki and Victra, as you see him kind of lift the rifle and kind of point it at you, his eyes kind of flash pink, and like you can see kind of data scrolls coming out of them, and he's going to unload. Victra is going to stand in the way and take the shot. I don't believe that you have anything that causes you to be able to shoot through cover. So what happens is go ahead and roll an attack roll. We're just concerned about the damage.
How do you do just the attack damage?
Just click the button.
the attack.
Oh,
So the assault rifle, just click attack again. Yep. So we don't care about the
There you
attack roll. We care about the damage.
Wait, yeah, no. Didn't she fail that?
Oh, she failed the interface. You're not puppeted. I failed
Oh.
it.
Good job, Elizabeth.
Thank you, Elizabeth.
Thank God there's a
Puppet
referee.
failed.
Appreciate it.
Thank you for
Okay,
being the
so I go.
referee.
All right, so let's. Was it
So
from
never
Scotability?
mind.
Rewind it.
Rewind time.
All right, so yeah, so I go here.
Take a few steps up.
Oh, the thing you were doing the first time before you rewinded to do the wrong thing, and now we're back.
Right.
We created
right,
three
right.
alternate universes.
That's crazy. There's bots coming in this area, right?
Yeah. It's thin cover.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna.
Shoot the robot. Do you want to just go with that attack roll because it's actually pretty flawless?
Nope.
You already rolled the first attack roll. You sure you don't want to go with that?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay, and then the
yes.
second damage roll, you want to go with that?
Yes.
Okay, you blow the fucking robot to the ground.
That was the grenade launcher.
Oh, yeah, then the damage on the first one. We'll just use that first. You're shooting the grenade launcher.
I was hoping for some structural damage.
Got you. That's very
Or
interesting.
AoE, maybe.
So that attack roll is going to miss. That's a second
Oh.
attack roll. I can't give you the first attack roll on that.
Oh, then, oopsie.
So that'll go
Oopsie-doodle.
into the building. Roll a d10. Yeah.
There you go.
Okay. So it will take out this one in the back, but not because the grenade hits it. The grenade flies, it hits the shoulder and bounces without detonating. So it kind of like the detonation cap, it kind of hit the side instead, and it kind of flung into the warehouse. It detonates in the back of the area, and Morrigan, outside, what you see is a nice explosion, a pretty solid plume from inside, as it seems to have connected with the fuel tanks for the conveyor belts inside the tunnel spaces and blown it out. Property damage probably in the neighborhood of, hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Beautiful.
All on camera. And brain dancing, all of it. Beautiful, beautiful. Columbo, anything else from you?
I don't think I can do anything else.
Yep. And for those watching at home, he kind of brings up his left arm, pulls the sleeve down, arm kind of splits open, projectile launches and engages, fires the grenade, and as described. Morrigan, you're up. You definitely have line on her now, and I would say you'd also have line on the security drones as well.
Oh, cool. So yeah, you said I was roughly 150 out from the map, right?
150 feet, which would be 30. And so then in addition, I would say you're about 42. 52. Sorry, my math is bad. 52.
Meters?
Yeah, meters out.
Okay. If I do have a plus 5, okay, I'm not gonna be able to get that.
Taking a shot?
Yeah, I'm definitely taking a shot. I'm just trying to figure out if I have to aim.
Okay. I would suggest putting every bonus you can onto it because she is going to try to dodge.
Yeah. I was when you said 150, I was hoping you meant meters.
Are you aiming for the head or not? Or aiming at
I
all?
think I have to.
Yeah, you do. Otherwise, I'm gonna put fucking Siege in the way.
Yeah.
It won't matter because it'll go through him and like your target, but it will still do damage to him.
Okay,
Not
so
ideal.
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry.
So I have it. I at least have a +5 for being 51 out.
Yep.
Or more. Okay. Aim shot to the head.
Okay.
Kill. 21.
Yeah. So as you kind of like, are taking the shot and kind of the highlighter's perfect, you're getting ready, the charge up's on, and you hit the button. You would see her kind of like tilt her head to the side, just narrowly, so that the shot actually whizzes past her head. Kind of cuts into the hood of her hoodie a bit, but it just narrowly misses. Her eyes kind of look in your direction, and she kind of like narrows her eyes. Morgan, anything else?
Is there anywhere I can get? Can I change position anywhere that's still a good high point?
Do you need to go? Do you want to go farther away, or are you trying to maintain?
I would like to be further away if possible.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
still
you can
have
go
roughly-
up further. I would say if you move this turn and next turn, you could do that. But keep in mind, I think some of your bonuses are coming from stabilized shots, so just keep that in mind. But if they're not, then just you can head up to this turn, and then during the next turn you can be at a higher position. That'll put you in the ballpark of. You're still not going to get out of that range category, I don't think. There's no space for you to go over 100 meters.
Yeah.
It's Night City.
All right. Yeah, I'm just gonna try to. I guess. Can I try to move still a little bit further away, but try to stealth so that maybe she loses me?
Yeah. Again, I'll just let you know that that's not going to matter. I will say though, moving on, we'll go ahead and move into Ares' turn. Or sorry, Loki's turn.
This AV, I know it came in remotely. Does the
It has a
cockpit like
driver's
have
seat.
it has a driver's seat?
Yep.
All right. Well, I'm gonna instruct Victor to see if it's unlocked. Just not get in, but just see if it's unlocked.
Door's wide open on the other side.
Oh, wonderful. Well, that's contingency plan.
Yeah, door's wide open on the other side. Do you tell her to go?
No. It's just not good.
Okay.
It hasn't got bad enough yet to
Okay.
just contingency plans.
Got it.
Do want to. I'm just gonna take 2 shots because
Okay.
the pistol's got rate of fire 2. I'll take 2 aim shots
You
at.
can't fire over the AV. You have to go around.
Oh, it's. Okay.
It's
So I have
about
to
10
like
feet tall.
poke my head like here.
Yeah, and then
Or
fire
would
over,
the
fire
left
over
be
the
better?
nose. That's fine.
Okay. Yeah, I'm aiming for her arm, the one that's holding Siege.
Okay. The one that's holding the monowire. Got it. That'll miss.
I guess maybe a 19.
Yeah, minus a lot.
Yeah.
It's 11.
Shit. And then rest of my movement, duck back into cover.
Okay. Siege, you are in a grab. You can't-
We'll say Cryptid's on a 10.
Oh, what's that?
Cryptid's on 10. Initiative 10. Cryptid would go first.
Yeah,
How did that
It is me.
happen? Okay, Cryptid, you're up.
I don't know.
Make sure to maintain
okay.
defense. Go ahead.
Am I in full cover right now? Like,
Yeah.
okay. If I move,
Can I just say, you're the last person on the initiative before Siege goes. Can you please open that cargo container?
yeah, sure. We'll
Thank
open that
you.
cargo container. That can be communicated between us. So yeah, I'm gonna move up here and open the cargo container.
When you get to the cargo container, you'll see that it is
Oh,
locked and it's security sealed. You can attempt to unlock and open the door as an action. I need you to make a pick lock check.
Yeah, no problem. Just have to remember where the hell that is.
It is tech.
Maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got the DD at 17 for the lock.
It's... Where the hell is it? Pickpocket?
Pick lock. Should be
Yeah,
right before
okay,
that.
it's over here. It's over here. I got it. No, it's actually way on the other fucking side.
Yeah, because it... Okay, so with that roll, it's going to be a failure.
Damn.
Oh.
You kind of struggle at it, and you're like, fucking Corpo Master Locks. They're
Goddamn.
higher security. 17's a expectation. But you think you can get it. I mean, that was definitely pretty close.
Yeah, that was a 2. I've been rolling 2s a lot tonight,
Yeah,
actually.
if you'd spent luck beforehand, you could have sealed the deal. But absolutely. So that's your action. Do you want to move back into the full cover?
Yeah, which I think can just be, like, there, right?
You kind of, like, struggle with the lock, and Siege is like, get the door in the holotext. And he sees you kind of like, kind of dart away. Siege. It's a good plan. I do like it.
So, I mean, okay, so this, I just want to try to understand the situation with, like, her literally being tied to me.
Sure. So
if I move,
you are grabbed. What that means mechanically, I'll explain to you. Mechanically, what grab means is you are unable to move.
That seems really dumb considering
Right.
I 50% more body than she.
You absolutely, but she's got you in kind of a position that makes it a bit harder to move. She's got you bent over effectively. I understand the physics in your mind, but keep in mind that she has the leverage. She's folding you like a suit. That said, you can attempt to break out of the grapple by making a dex plus brawling plus d10, so a brawling roll. You have a -2 penalty to all your actions as long as you are grabbed, but she has a -2 penalty to all her actions as long as she is grabbing you. The defender cannot use their move action, and you are dragged whenever the attacker wishes to move with the grapple. If you wish to gain control of the grab, you can say that that's what you're wishing to do in this motion, then you can move and drag her around. So, yeah,
I kind of figure out what my options are, because I would like to take the opportunity to, like, while she's this close and while she's actually attached to me, to maybe just grab a hold of her and just not let go so she can't evade anymore. She can't jump around and do any of her, like, you know,
she can
ninja bullshit.
She can still evade while she's grabbed. She just can't do it perfectly because she'll have a penalty. She'll have a -2 penalty for the rolls. So yeah, you can absolutely try to change the control here. So if you wish to, it's going to be a brawling roll versus her brawling. And if she wins out, she holds on to you. If not, you have control of the grab.
This will benefit from my combat awareness.
Yeah. Mechanically, all it does, just so a heads up, all being grabbed does is -2 penalty to your actions as the defender, and you can't use your move action. The attacker can still do everything that they can normally do, except use the hands that they're using to grab you.
Okay.
And they also get a -2 penalty.
I'm gonna try the Uno reverse. That -2 plus 1, so I have a total of -1 to this.
Go for it. Okay.
16, so a total of 15.
Yeah. My brawling was only a 13 on this roll. It's not her ideal skill. So you can either relinquish the grab, like get out of it, or you can take control of the grab.
Yeah, I'm gonna take control of the grab. So basically, full sequence of events of his turn. She's choking him. She's got the advantage on him. He drops his gun. He reaches up. He grabs her wrist, and then once he's like secured the grab and he's like, cool, I have control of this now, he kind of wrestles his way to where he's facing her, and then he holds up his other hand and he's holding a grenade.
Okay.
Now, he can't use it, but he's staring her in the face like,
okay,
like I'm gonna fucking win.
She looks dead in your eyes, and you see them flare bright pink and red again. Do you have self-ice?
I have 3 self-ices.
Cool. She has 5 interface actions. She'll go ahead and take them. She'll jack in, You recognize she's entering your mind because her icon just starts displaying all over your Chiron. And you can see like the squiggles and the kind of hacked of again, you know what the black wall is. You know what I'm talking about. She will then breach all 3 of your self ice, and she'll hit a system reset on you. Let's see if I hit it. Yes, I got a 15. So you watch as your Chiron like flashes with her icon, a spider, and then you watch everything go black and system reset kind of scroll across your thing. You will drop. Now, you said you pulled the grenade out. You did not have an action to ready the grenade. However, I think it's funnier if you want to have it be the case that it's ready to go live. You can.
I can probably eat the damage better than she can.
It's up to you.
Yeah, fucking go for it.
So the system reset causes the grenade to hit. You relinquish the grab because you are no longer active. Cryptid, you are close enough to the grenade explosion that you're going to hit it. You have a reflex coprocessor, right? Or a Defensicov?
Yep, I do.
Cool.
The Defensicov, yep.
Make an evasion roll.
Yep. Where is it? Evasion.
Success. And then she'll make an evasion roll. Success. As a part of being unconscious in the system reset, you cannot make a evasion roll. Narratively, I'm going to explain it as thus. First, I need to draw the lines. Rectangle.
God, I hate this. Fucking scoop this place from orbit. Fuck her. She is so
That's
goddamn
the square,
annoying.
Cryptid. You need to be out of that square. So move to a place anywhere at the edge of that square that you want to be. Okay, so you just kind of pop tighter into the corner. Okay? Yep. She sees the situation. She flips over top of Siege. Her Dynalar is still active. She kind of moves with like tracers kind of following after her and like a perfect somersault flip and lands there as the explosion's kind of coming after her. As she lands, you see her kind of like twitch and drop to the side as Siege, who's holding the grenade, gets thrown by the force of the explosion that close and gets sent slamming against like the rail of the AV. And as you kind of hit there, your eyes kind of flicker back open because system reset happens and keeps you unconscious and down as long as you don't take damage. You just took damage. Go ahead and roll grenade damage and apply it to yourself.
What is the grenade damage?
You got the grenade. You were the one threatening me with this.
Sorry, it's not under weapons.
I think it's 66. Let me double check. Yeah, it's 66. Just roll 66. And this is just
this won't benefit from combat awareness because I was unconscious.
Yes.
So 18. So I take 5 damage and my armor ablates by 1.
Yeah. Well, was your armor repaired or did you buy new armor?
No, my DV is currently 13.
Oh, right, because it started at 15. Right. Okay, cool. All right. That's the scene. Morrigan, again, she's moving very fast, unnaturally so. And
I hate this bitch too much.
Cam, as your turn begins, you would see her kind of like, she drops, kind of pop to the side. She's spiraling up and turning around in this very kind of like 90s manga style, kind of just like twisting around, like unnaturally and unhumanly so. And she stares down at Siege when she finally becomes fully like standing erect, just staring down at him like psychotically, cyber psychotically. Go ahead, Cam.
You muted, Zach.
Oh. I'm gonna pull out my pistol and pop some shots. Thank you.
What are we at range-wise? 12 meters.
6, so low. 13 DV, but I thought you had evasion.
So she's not paying attention to anything right now after that.
Oh yeah,
so
cool.
You're shooting
Great.
her in the back. You're not taking aim shots. So we're looking for 15s. It's not the number of squares, it's the number of meters.
Yeah.
So both of those will hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
It's there, 14 and
Oh.
13.
I'm dumb. Okay, so her light armor jack will ablate, and then it'll be 10, so... and it's at a 9. Okay, she takes 2 shots to the back, and then she kind of kind of drops a bit forward from the shots, and kind of like shakes her head, and then her head kind of snaps back all like weirdly, looking at you, Cam. Columbo.
That shot on the playback is going to look amazing.
Yeah, because she's
Oh, wow.
like dead.
Especially
She
from
looked right down the
angles.
barrel. She breached the 4th wall.
You got,
Oh, yeah.
you
And
got
the
2
black
angles
wolf.
here too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
I'm
we've got 3 because Seek is also recording. Well,
Oh
Right.
yeah.
it's gonna be really cool to see the fucking system reset too, like and him kind of like groggily, like, what the fuck? Go ahead.
The
Columbo,
blackout and then comes up and the shot happens.
Columbo.
Does it cost time to switch to armor piercing?
Nah, I'd say no. Just honestly, just like a dead
Okay.
clip switch.
All right. Yeah.
I'm
so
okay with it since you didn't
armor
start with
piercing.
it. Normally, it would be a reload. I'll give you 1 free reload.
How do you switch that?
I know what it does, but yeah, there should be armor piercing in your ammo section, and then there should be options in your weapon.
Ammo section.
Sorry,
Yeah, I
I got
have
a
it in my ammo section.
Okay, and then over in your firearm, there should be an option for you to change it from basic ammunition to armor piercing ammunition.
I got a question real quick.
I can take
Oh.
less
You-
or more.
You ablate twice. So her armor is pretty
Yeah,
fucking
that's-
shredded.
Yeah.
That's what I was gonna say. But also, would that affect my black helmet at all?
What? Why?
Being caught in that.
Oh,
Being
no,
caught in
no, no,
that
no, no, no.
explosion.
The helmet's never touched. It's all body for explosions.
I cannot switch.
Don't worry about it. You're in armor piercing. I know what they do. Go ahead and
All right.
roll.
All right. There you go.
All right. So your gun is not poor quality. It doesn't jam. You fire the shot. It kind of like just absolutely does not feel right as you kind of do the quick reload I mentioned, and you kind of fire that shot, and it kind of slams into the the tin behind her. She's still kind of looking at Cam now, kind of like turned her attention, and you can see her eyes have kind of turned into like less like menacing and more kind of like deranged sadness.
Okay. Can you remind me how actions work in this?
Sure, your
Yeah,
action will shoot, and you have a rate of fire of 1, so that means that you've exhausted your action. You now have a move action, which you can use to move, and take some other minor actions that are not. Like, just tell me what you want to do on a move, and I'll tell you if it's a move action or for free.
No, I was gonna just kind of. Oh, well,
What do you want to do?
right there.
Okay. Chad, for you, it should be the case that whatever your body is set at, I think, should kind of set you to what your penalties are at. So just the way we're role-playing it, the body's the main giver of the penalties.
Oh well, I guess the good news is I'm now at light armor jack levels.
Yeah. So Columbo, a solid miss. Morgan, you're up.
Okay, let's try this again. We're not gonna bother aim shotting, just to the body.
Okay. Total.
Plus 5, so 21.
That'll hit. You're 51 plus meters in between 100. Okay. So yeah, she appears to be very distracted and focused on Cam, almost like with pleading eyes. The shot goes through the canister. To those who are kind of like watching the scene from like on the scene, it almost looks as though Columbo's bullet goes into the barrel and then comes back out of the canister and then slams into her. This will ignore the cover that she has, or half of it. which currently is set at a, I'm bad at math, it's 7. So that means that 7 damage will get through. Okay.
Cool. Yep.
Takes another shot.
Alright. Ares, you're up.
Love it.
Does it take a full round to prime the AV, or can it get up in the air in one round?
It is still primed from having been flown out here, and it would take an action to kind of usurp it, because it's currently under remote control.
Alright, I'm going to tell Victra to essentially take control of the AV.
Okay.
He just blew himself the fuck up. I'm actually going to like move around here. Can I use my action to pull him into the AV?
5 or 1.
He's like essentially on the ground, right? Like,
Yeah. Yeah, so that works. So it took 4 to get around. You grab him as your action, and then kind of drag him the 2 remaining squares that you have into the AV. That's it?
yeah, that's my action. I just
Let me at her.
we can just get up in the air.
Okay. Ares done. Cryptid, you are up, and she has lost all like attention because she's now kind of like looking off in a weird direction. You're not exactly sure like what she's.
Is there any indicator to her condition? Like,
she's
does
pretty
she look
wounded,
like
but
she's
she's
about
not
ready to
seriously
die,
injured.
or
No.
she's not seriously injured? Cool.
No.
Then we are aiming for the head. I'm taking steady hand. So I'm doing an aim move action that gives me +3. Rio Bravo for aiming at the head within 6 meters. So that's another +3, and I'm spending a luck. So this is gonna be a +7. And yeah, Ria to the head. Let's do it.
The Buria
24.
going to hit. Or to the head, you said? Yeah, that'll hit.
And it's charged.
That'll hit.
Oh damn!
Is that
So this is the first time she's been hit in the head. That will ignore half of her armor on the head, which is still full. So 5.
Mm-hmm.
And you dealt 11 damage, which means 6 will get through, which will double for 12.
Beautiful.
And +3 more because of something, right? Or am I wrong? No, that's
plus a D6 because of Rio
Roll it.
Bravo. Hold on. Yeah, I
you
think
didn't
it
roll
is.
any
Yep.
6s
Let
in
me
the
roll.
initial, so there's no chance of crit here.
But I do get to add this. Hey, another 6 on top for Rio Bravo.
So we're looking at a total of 8.
Oh, yeah.
now. Okay. So she kind of panics again, and then she kind of snaps into full like agency mode, like she was kind of doing when she started the fight. Not this weird kind of motioning. The second she gets hit, you see her arms throw out to the side, and she drops a pistol from each sleeve into her gloved hands. They look very strange, these pistols. They're almost like little dart shooters or pea shooters. The more kind of combat-minded individuals, so the solos, the nomad, if you see them, they look like they are Kang Tao Smart pistols. Anything else, Cryptid?
No, I think that's all I can do.
Okay. Siege, you are in the box. There does not appear to be a mounted door gun in this AV. It just appears it appears to be a security transport. Your gun is over there.
Yeah, I did drop my LMG, so it's over there somewhere.
Got more names.
I'll get it when we're all done here, and then but I will as Loki dragging me onto the AV, I will heavy SMG auto fire at this bitch.
Okay.
Ka-chow. So that's a 25.
She will spin her foot around and kind of look at you angrily with the pistols. You fire at her and she kind of maneuvers to dodge. You catch her and it will be a 2 times multiplier because I only got a 23. So 8 times 2 is 16. Her current armor on the chest is 6. 10 damage. Holy shit. Okay. She looks pretty fucked up after taking that full brunt to the chest. Not gonna lie.
So she might be like looking at Siege with murder in her eyes. Siege is like matching that intensity, like it's like whether she knows it or not. In Siege's mind, they're in it like to the death.
Right.
See, you'd feel like a kind of a kick on, like a light kick on your back, like Loki's kind of looking down on you, and smiling like, "Boss said non-lethal, remember?"
Try telling that to her.
So she, on her initiative, is going to, this is the last turn of her Dynalar. She is going to, non-action, just engage. These robots are going to move to here. And just auto-fire the shit out of Cryptid.
Love it.
Then she is going to drop one of her chows as a free action, reach into her pouch, pull out what appears to be a grenade, and throw it into the AV, while snapping the pistol and pointing it at Cam and pulling the trigger. She's not even looking. She's just dead-ass pointing the gun in his direction and pulling the trigger. So, first things first, Cryptid, 2 auto-fires. Go ahead and give me 2 evasion rolls. Okay. You will not dodge the first one. You will dodge the second one, but the DV that you created for me makes it so that I'm only getting a 2 times multiplier on 9 damage, so 18 damage to the chest.
Okay. And
Then,
my armor blades, how much? Sorry.
This will just be a blade by 1. These are standard assault rifle rounds.
That is my armor. Okay. So how much? I'm sorry. How much is absorb? I'm not super
What's your
familiar
armor
with all of
value
it.
on your chest?
11.
Okay, so I dealt 18 damage, so you'll take 7 real damage.
Okay.
And then after you've taken 7 real damage, you'll lower your armor value on your body by 1.
Okay.
Damage.
Got it.
It reduces the amount of damage by the amount that its SP is valued at. And then once that damage has been calculated, if it arose over the top of your SP, your stopping power, it also ablates the armor. So that's
Okay.
that shooting. Grenade time.
Can I intercept the grenade?
Do you have Guardian active as combat awareness? Do you have a perk that lets you hit grenades out of the air?
No. I was wondering if I could just
you
like.
do have a reflex
take
that
it.
allows you to roll an evasion roll to dodge this, though. Due to the contained nature of the explosion, the exit area will be outside of the AV. Victra does not have a high enough reflex to be able to dodge here. Do you have high enough reflex to dodge here, Ares?
I have a reflex coprocessor.
Then you can dodge as well. Go ahead and make an evasion roll.
Alrighty.
Same for you there, Siege. And she'll get no penalty for armor right now because it's all blown off you.
Alright, fighting for evasion?
Evasion is fighting, yeah. Okay. So you just need to be outside of the AV. I would say in any space kind of like on the north side of it is fine. Siege, you're going to be caught in it. And Victra will be caught in it.
Why does it say I rolled 0? Oh, hold on a second. There's the breakdown.
Yeah. The breakdown is you rolled a 1, and then your second dice was a 7. So, yeah, 15 minus, yep. Which is why it's an 8.
I got you.
But yeah, you can be 1 square outside of the AV or 2 squares outside of the AV. As long as it's on the northern side of the AV, that's fine.
Is here good?
No. North up. So you can be in the space that's fine. That's also fine. Okay, so it's going to be a total of...
Is it an anti-personnel grenade or like a frag grenade?
Anti-personnel.
No, this is good. It means the AV won't be destroyed.
Correct. It's going to
Just
be a
full
total of
of razor blades.
32
Fucking
damage.
strap.
So the fact of the matter is, Victra's pretty well fucked up in the box.
32 damage.
32. Yep, and
Hey.
her armor value, she is in Kevlar. Actually, she would have been in light armor, Jack. What the fuck?
Yeah, she has light armor jack and a subdermal or whatever. I don't know if those stack.
They do not. It's the higher of the two, whichever it comes down
They're
to.
both 11.
So she'll take 22 damage, which means that she is seriously injured. She has 13 HP remaining, I believe, and that's a serious, or it's a critical injury, is what's happening here. It's why it's so much damage. Chad, damage got through, right?
Yeah. You said anti-personnel. How much does that ablate my armor?
So it doesn't ablate armor.
That's
it
good.
does.
So
it does
it's
get
32
mitigated by damage or armor, but it does not ablate armor.
Yeah. So it's 32 minus 11. So I take 1.
Yep.
I am seriously wounded.
And I'm gonna have you do us the dirty. Go ahead and roll me 2d6, my friend. What'd you get?
I got a 6.
All right, your arm is broken. I'm gonna say that in the situation, you had the heavy submachine gun kind of at a low platform, probably using your knee because you were kind of laying flat to kind of fire from that platform. So as the grenade came in,
I dropped the light machine gun. Was shooting with my heavy SMG.
Heavy SMG. Sorry. So you've got that, and you're kind of firing it from like a knee-mounted platform, right? So as like the grenade comes in, you kind of like cover yourself with your left arm, and like the shot kind of catches the left arm and breaks it. So it's like the force of that causes it to break. And then for Victra, her left arm is also, because she's kind of like turning and looking and like catching the shot from there. So broken arm says you cannot use the arm. Anything you're holding in that arm, which is nothing for both of us, is dropped. But it does nothing else other than that. You just cannot use your left
so
arm.
she can still pilot an air. She can still fly an airplane.
Right.
Or, important things.
She can try to. Again, it's a two-handed job, but I'd say she could do it in kind of like a very limited fashion. Cam, you are getting shot. I missed, but smart ammo. Improved smart ammo, even. So I roll again. The plus 11 instead of the normal bonuses. That will hit. So an extra d6 because it's a headshot. Oh, wait, do you have evasion?
Am I not?
You're evading. Yeah, fucking dodge me, bro.
Yeah. I rolled a 16 on the first one.
It would have hit the first one.
Yeah, cool.
Because I think, let me double check the math here. No, it wouldn't have hit the first one. So the second one, it would have hit. Okay.
Second one, I rolled a 20.
It's the same shot. I just get to re-roll it. Improved smart ammunition. It's not two shots.
Oh, that's funny.
If you miss, you roll again, and you don't add your normal modifiers. You just add whatever modifier the smart ammunition tells you to do.
Yeah, cool.
So hit in the face, an extra d6 on that damage. It's only going to be 17 to
that ignore the bulletproof shield?
Oh, you do have a... No, yeah.
I have the shield out.
I aim-shotted.
Okay, so...
Yeah, you can get around cover by aim-shotting. So... Huh. Let's see. Hold on, let me do math here. You said you got 16 on the first roll for evasion?
Yeah.
I'll give it to you. So yeah, it was close enough that I think that the shield could have been a mitigating factor. That's fine. Let's just do that. The shield gets blown off. 17 is more than 10, and yeah. Cam, you're up.
Hey, don't get yourself killed over there.
Yeah, I'm going to... What do I have? I don't even have anything good, do I?
How do you normally subdue these cyber psychos? I thought you guys did this for a living.
These cyber psychos.
You shoot
this is
them
the,
in the head.
This is the
That's what I
most
told you.
psycho
Much different.
of a cyber
Much
psycho
different.
they have seen.
Yes.
Okay.
This is.
If you shoot them in the head, they eventually go lights out.
Well, that is lethal.
Well, they wanted to
So
like,
there's
not
No,
put it on.
no.
So there's
In
lethal,
my
and then there's
experience,
non-lethal.
with cyber
Cam-
psychos, it's not lethal.
Okay, well,
I think Cam not having any shield anymore is going to try and charge her and grab her.
Judo?
no.
Do you want to charge her and grab her, or do you want to charge her and attack her? Like, to do non-lethal damage with the fisticuffs. She's going to be a lot more wriggly than you're probably hoping.
Judo. Let's do some judo.
Judo strikes.
No.
Throwing judo, smashing. Alright. Okay. You get 2 attacks, so go ahead and roll a second one. First one is going to miss. She'll evade. Second one is going to just hit. Now with a judo, you ignore half of the body armor, which her body armor is currently at 4. So 2, which means you'll deal 7 points of damage. So you kind of come in, bring the first attack in. She kind of dodges and kind of rolls to kind of attack, and you kind of see the opening. Kind of raise your hand up and just drop it straight down on her clavicle. When it hits, you can hear bone and metal kind of crack underneath, and you kind of pull back very quickly, and she drops to the ground unconscious.
That's how I usually take them down.
Talk shit.
Low stage slapping. Absolutely just cinema.
What you'll notice too is that the security robots are still active, but they keep clicking the guns and shooting in that direction towards Cryptid. They didn't have much ammo, and they're just still firing at her, even though there are no bullets coming out. You can see them holding the trigger down and just kind of locked in that posture. The last few seconds are like a couple of bullets kind of slam. Cryptid's like, ah, 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 ah. And then there's no more sound and everything's quiet. Ah, 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 what?
Can Columbo walk out and be like, where the fuck did you learn that? And he's holding an EMP grenade. Where the fuck did you learn that?
No, you ain't been around, so I've been doing a lot more running and shit. Huh?
I was about to do something very
running.
similar.
You were gonna run up and judo chop this bitch?
I was gonna do something. Then he'll
I'm thinking
offer him
the
a hand
Austin
and
Powers,
bring him up.
No, 100%. But he kind of raised it up, it's like a. If you ever played Punch Out, like Mike Tyson's Punch Out from old Nintendo,
Yeah.
it kind of King Hippo, just
But he'll
It
help
sounds a little
Cam.
like Mike
help,
Tyson.
He'll help Cam up.
Okay.
Then walk over and just kick one of the droids.
Yeah, it lays on the ground. It's still in the firing position. It doesn't shift, and it's still holding the trigger down. You can
It's
still
just
hear.
shaking sideways.
You can still hear the Arasaka chamber dry firing.
Great.
Reload his weapon for him.
And then he'll point at Cryptid and be like, you can come out now.
I'm not really cowering anywhere. Not my style.
I love that.
there it is.
I've been shooting this bitch the whole time, so
I love that I can hear the dogs more clearly than either of you two. Because it comes in
It's
through
fine.
both of the mics.
yep.
It's like, okay, sorry, I should have
That
said
was
anything.
good.
I mean, it's not like I've been hiding. I've been full in sight of
So,
these guys the
I
whole
didn't-
time.
I didn't say a
Anyway.
thing.
Quick note, cuteness aside, I do want to make sure that the severity is present here. So Morgan, you are able to kind of look out the side where the AV came in the first place, and you would see descending from kind of above, kind of dropping into view, probably be here in about a minute, a blue max tac AV. It seems to be on its way. It's incoming. So
We gotta go now.
We gotta go now.
Morgan, I'm going to say if you are just splitting, if you want to dart because of your proximity to the bike, it's literally just like a scree down the ladder, very cool, badass, land, throw the leg over the bike, and then gone. If you want to be out of here, you're gone.
I am going to let Cryptid know I'm coming in hot.
Okay, so the doors are
Coming in.
closed.
I got my ride. Y'all get in that fucking AV and get your asses out of here.
Hold on.
Max Tack is on their way.
The doors are closed. I just want to make sure that's very clear.
Yeah, that means
doors
I
on
can
the
run
AV?
to the doors.
The doors on the
No, but I can.
the doors here, like the doors that lead.
I can go open them.
I got you.
Okay, you
I
can
can
open
go
them from the
open
other side. I just want to make sure it's clear. If you want to go ahead and make an athletics roll, you can climb over the boxes and kind of jump over the wall. That's probably
In
more likely.
athletics. Okay.
Yeah, the security doors are shut though.
Is this an open? I thought we were in an open air yard. Can we not
Yes.
fly out of here?
What's that, 10?
Yes, you can fly out of here.
Real quick,
Cool.
get the fucking body, put it on the AV right now. Everybody,
Yeah.
right now.
All right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I told you guys to load up there.
You kind of
Yeah.
stop for a second, realize you're really buff, reach down, grab her, pick her up, and then just throw her on board. Gino, what
Grab
are you
my
fucking
gun.
doing? Everybody else, grab her right
my
now.
gun.
Wait, hold on. I'm really strong. I forgot. All right.
He just gorilla fist throws her.
Just
Oh yeah, on my way, I'll have grabbed Siege's gun and toss it to him.
yeah, just chuck the girl and the gun in the fucking thing as you run over. Go ahead. You got an athletics 10. That's sufficient. You kind of scramble your way up, kind of jumping on the boxes and jump over the wall and head out. Aries, you're already in the
bitches.
AV. You look at Victra. She says, "I think I can manage." And then everybody else is on the AV, and you're stealing the Biotechnica AV.
Hell yeah.
Oh, we're
I
borrowing it.
guess.
Okay. Do you want to try anything
With
else?
the,
You don't have to.
I kind of
Cyberpsycho's
want to
going with them?
split the team and have.
No, I was gonna
me-
yell at Miltech or
This is not the time to Scooby do it too much.
I was thinking that me and Cam would yell at the
Oh no! Your situation is a little different than the last time. You're actually on corporate property. You're pretty sure that you don't have a leg to stand on here. You're very much like
never
grounded
mind.
that way.
Fuck out of here. Let's
Yeah,
go.
they
And
will
Max
come in.
Tack,
No, he can
Max
fucking
Tack's not
talk.
gonna ask questions.
No, yeah, he can talk Max Tack down if they're on like a public street because he's a cop there. But there's no fucking reason
Rev
a
this bitch
non-cop.
up. Get out of here.
You're not a cop either anymore, man. There's nothing shielding them from just butchering you. But you
Yep.
hop in the box. You hop in the box.
Yeah,
No
but
other
I
good-
want them to just go over the wall and drop me at the van,
Okay.
so I can ride off in the van if they're gonna take the AV and be the distraction.
Are you taking her with you?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Go ahead and make me a stealth roll. And Columbo, are you hopping out of the AV as well?
No.
No?
Yes, actually, yes. I
Okay. So
should.
Columbo and Cam will jump out of the
And
van
plus-
or out of the AV. Aries,
2 luck.
Victor,
Do I need to
and
make
you.
a?
No.
How much luck do I have? Do I
yeah,
have 2
give me
luck?
a-
Yeah, I have 2 luck.
Give me a stealth roll as well, Columbo.
Use luck.
Hey.
Gotta use it before
I
you
guess you
roll.
don't need it. 17's good.
No, it's not.
Oh.
Damn.
So a DV was 17 on that one. You're dealing with max
Wait, how do you use a luck roll?
You only spend luck before a roll.
You have to say, I'm going to use
Oh,
2
you got
luck,
rocket.
and then click the
The
button.
way it works with a rocker,
In so long.
the way it works with a rocker is they allow you to spend after, which is why everybody wants rockers on their team.
It's
Here's
been
what
so
happens.
long.
AV pulls up, you drop out, you enter in. Columbo, you are spotted entering into the N54 van. The AV with Victra on it. What is your command to her, Aries? Where is she going?
So Columbo and Cam are off. It's just Siege and Victor and me on the AV now, right?
Yep.
All right. I'm telling her to take us into like Militech airspace, essentially,
Yep.
like
Drive
back to like
south.
an area of control.
Okay. Then go ahead and do me a favor and make me a bureaucracy roll. And I'll explain to you what it means. But I think we're going to be on the same page here. You're basically trying to enter into a space where you're cloaked from any repercussions.
Yeah, of course. I will, since we don't have a rocker, I'll use my last point of luck.
And ask for luck for the
Eight.
table.
Wait,
I don't know if
give
anyone
them
has
luck?
any to give.
Yeah, chipping in is always chill. Everybody can spend luck on friends. They just need to know that they are doing it before they do it. Rockers let you
I need to hold mine.
holding luck.
I can throw one.
Yeah, I need
One.
to hold mine.
I'm
I have
broke.
one left, and I kind of need it
One.
at some point.
It'll just be a +2 then. Like one for me and one from Cam. That's fine.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay,
23.
more than enough. So basically, as you're flying out, what you're able to kind of relegate is that this Biotechnica AV, the security AV, attacked you while you were performing duties for Militech, and you get information to your higher-ups that this is a reclamation purpose, sending images of the yellow crates, the yellow boxes. They put forward a notice to NCPD to stand down, and the AV does chase after you because you are heading southbound towards effectively NUSA. They initially think that you're a cyber psycho that's trying to like do some real damage to the city, and then they realize you're kind of border hopping, and they don't know what's going on. But it is a cop's natural instinct to stop people from going where they want to. That said, Columbo, you are spotted, which means you are seen in the act, but it does not seem that they had come after you or chase after you for whatever reason. And Morrigan, she kind of clumsily kind of crashes onto the other side before all of that happens, and you kind of whoosh, bring the bike around. She hops on and shoom, out of there.
Exiting like the raccoon I am.
Guess I'll slam the side of the van and say, let's get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, before the AV and the dropping off, you would see the red bike kind of just flare out across the street, and then red lights as it turns, like kind of streaking off the back of it, Akira style, into Night City, and a ghost. Just
Sick.
okay. So you have effectively started a claim against Biotechnica's warehouse for you to search it, which will come up in story in the next beat. Cryptid, you saw the packages. You do not know what they meant. You did see an image of the flathead for a moment with very experimental, like, invisibility cloaking.
More
Very-
fucking conspiracy bullshit tying Militech and Biotechnica
Very
again,
interesting.
right over a bunch of tunnels.
Cam and Columbo, who's driving?
Cam.
Okay, so Columbo, go ahead and give me a cyberware or cyber tech roll. It's under tech.
It's under check.
Tech.
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 The Tech Republic. Okay, so you are definitely not in the pay grade of understanding what's going on here. But when you kind of look her over to check like her vitals and like, you know, kind of like just make sure she's doing okay. Obviously not slotting into her or anything. That'd be crazy. But psycho, one might say. What you'll notice is that there does appear to be 2 data shards locked into her chipware sockets, and they look weird.
Pull them.
Okay.
Egg them.
Can I just hold an EMP grenade?
Yeah, you can always be holding an EMP grenade. I will let you know that the engine for this van, it does run on Chew, but it is a mostly electronic engine. If you do EMP while driving, the car will stop suddenly.
It's better than death.
It may
Will the
just
car
be death.
stop suddenly, or
Yeah.
will it just die going full speed
No,
with
it
no
locks.
braking
It
and
locks.
no
It
like,
completely locks
just
out.
like-
Literally, people flying
It'll
through
drop
windshields.
out of the fucking air.
That's great.
Well, no, they're not in the AV.
That's,
They're in the
No,
the van.
we're in a
the
van.
we're
van,
on the street.
okay. So
That's,
like we're also near the water though, so maybe you go off into the water.
It's gonna
That's
just lock
TV,
out.
baby.
But you've got the EMP. You've got the camera rolling. You're gonna pull the shard. Shards, plural. Let me explain them to you so you kind of have a decision to make if you want to pull one or
I don't know
the
if
other.
it's a good idea.
One
Do
of
you
them-
cut the red wire? Do you cut the blue shard?
one of them looks like it has like a whole bunch of like colors on the like the click button that would pop the shard, and it almost looks like someone like hand painted this data shard on its outside to look very kind of like rainbow patterned. The other shard is bright red, and in the center of like the click button to like pump the shard out, it has a little letter. When you kind of like focus in on it, it is the letter G, as in girl or guy or Gabriel.
Or whatever.
Whatever.
Or
Is there
Gino.
anybody? Is there anybody that I know specifically that I could bring them to?
Regina Jones
better fit for
has
this?
people who do this for a living.
Okay, so how close are we to that location?
Campbell's
Yeah,
already driving that way.
Absolutely. So yeah, you're heading to Yaiba Tower, and that's where you're going to head out. Okay. So confirming, Cryptid Morgan, you head out of the area. You're very easily cleared because you left first and would have been just gone whoosh, no problem. The AV debacle, the bureaucracy, the discussion, Siege, you're kind of like locked in this fucking AV with a girl whose arm is broken. If you would like to help her, you can try and like field medic her. Do you have paramedic at all or no?
No.
Okay, so you can't make a stint. You wouldn't know any of that stuff. So she's pretty much SOL on that. So she just
What's that under?
Paramedic is under tech.
I have 2 ranks in first aid.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
I have 0 ranks in paramedic.
Yeah, paramedic is the serious business. First aid is like whatever's in the box. You know what I mean?
Okay. I will use my my blood pump to heal for 20.
Okay. Your arm will still be broken. You'll need to get
That's fine.
a paramedic or surgery to fix that arm.
Well, I know who to call.
Yep. We might have some new med techs coming up too, as a heads up. I'm actually doodling one right now, so cool. This one has hospital access too. We love that.
Hell
We
yeah.
do love that.
And I do want to express, so Kristen, who plays Bunny Doll, she does not have hospital access, but she is a therapist, a licensed therapist. So there are benefits to not being hospital. So I just want to make
Listen,
sure
we had a med tech. I took the headshot.
Fair.
In my defense, she has a license
We
for
could have
medicine.
saved them. So, with that said, we'll just deal with the Yaiba Tower situation. You get her to Regina. Regina brings her into the offices, specifically like the back room, and they kind of put her on the bed where there's like a netrunner's chair that's been kind of turned into like a Ripper Dock station. Regina kind of like lets her folks kind of handle the business and brings you kind of out to the front and says, "How'd it go?" And she kind of shakes her head. Not that, the meeting with Ronaldo.
Yeah, you mean about season 2?
Yeah, about season 2. Did you buy in?
Yeah, we funded that shit, baby.
Oh, I love to hear it, Cam. I really love to hear it. This is great. We've done a lot of good work here. I mean, no one's going to be as good as V, but this has definitely been doing great. Gets more eyes on the situation, gets more people talking about it, and I'm glad you're willing to carry on the work. Yeah, so as she's talking, all of the screens in her office start turning bright red and pink, and she kind of like looks kind of paranoid at that situation. You hear a very loud scream come from the operating room, and she kind of like draws a pistol, which you would know is Skippy, and kind of like points it in that direction, kind of backs away towards the window. What would you two like to do in response to the situation?
Wait, she's pointing her gun towards the window?
She's pointing her gun towards the operating room. There was a very loud scream that came from there, and like every computer in this office is now like got the weird hacking shit happening.
I would just like roll up my sleeves and start heading towards the operating room.
Pulls out another EMP grenade, starts walking.
Okay. So you would enter into the space. You would see the two guys that were in there with her. One was a Ripper Doc and one was like kind of a Netrunner type guy. You would see them, and it looks like they're just laying on the ground spasming. And near their neuroports, you can see kind of like this reddish pink static kind of popping off that kind of forms weird holograms around the neck. You would see that there's a connection to the Cyber Psycho's neck. Her face has been made kind of bare, and you can see that there's a connection in her neck. And on the screen, you can see just kind of pulsing over and over again the spider icon that I mentioned that Siege had seen. That Siege had seen. You would have also seen it because she tried to quick hack you. It's basically just a very cool spider emblem. and it does appear that your friends are dead. The cyber psycho is also dead when you check all of their pulses. And it looks like something has fucked up the net architecture, the subnet, inside of Regina's office.
Can I rip up the shards?
They've already been pulled.
Oh.
Yeah, they're laying kind
Can I
of
rip
like...
them out where they are now?
Well, you can take them, but they're just kind of... They're not slotted somewhere else. They're sitting on like a... You know, like in an operating room, like they have like the little tray where
they're on a steel tray. Got it.
So you can take the shards if you want. One is red, it has a G on it.
No.
Okay.
He's just saying, fuck.
You kind of, Regina and Cam kind of spill into the room, kind of seeing the situation. And then everything just kind of goes black on the screens. And there's no, like, power to anything anymore. Well, Regina kind of looks at the situation. We're compromised. Let's get the fuck out of here. And she'll kind of like move to the front, draw out the...
Wait.
Go ahead.
Do we take care of this? Do we take those? And he points at the shards.
She looks at you shaking her head. I'm burning it. And she'll walk towards the front door.
As she turns back around, I'll grab the shards with my hand and like scoop them up with my hand and just like smash them.
Okay. All right, no problem. The gorilla arms kind of like hydraulics pump in and you smash them in your fist. She runs to the front. She has a HK or Mark 31 Militech turret in the front. She unmounts it and just kind of starts walking into the elevator with it. And you see a couple of other guys kind of get in there. You know, folks you've hung out with, people who've been living here for a while. Her team, the ones that remain, and she'll drop the elevator down. And as you're kind of leaving, you can see that she's kind of clicking a button, and you would know that that's basically going to just laser eviscerate everything inside of the space.
You left us there?
Huh?
Wait, she left us there?
No. You all get in the elevator.
We're all in the elevator.
As you're leaving,
we watch her
she
press
hits
the button, knowing that that's blowing everything up.
It's not blowing it up. It's laser eviscerating. It's basically leaving the building intact but destroying all the property.
I misunderstood. I thought because you said.
Yeah, no. She's
we
not
were still there.
No.
Right.
She's not turning. She's not turncoating. She's not. This is not the. This is not a Game of Thrones ending. This is more of a downbeat. Holy shit! I can't believe that
This
happened.
is John's red wedding.
What? Welcome back to Hogwatch. It's already canceled. Not what happened. So
they can't
I'm so excited for season 2. Canceled.
You leave Yiba Tower with Regina Jones, and it looks like her operation has been compromised. All right. Thanks for watching. Those that did, we'll pick up with the next pickup game, and we might see repercussions of this in the Sunday game. Keep an eye out, and thanks for watching. Cam, you would have paid Ares, who really needs the cash, and also Victra. It did get hot, so 1,300? Or, sorry, 1,500? 3,000?
Yeah. Yeah.
3,
no, wait. 3,000 total.
I'm bad at math. This is confirmed.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, thanks for watching. See you next time.
And Cryptid and Siege also get a message from Cam. That's just bonus with footage sent back.
How much?
500?
No, it's gonna go up. Remember the last time you gave me at least 1,000. Also, footage, I got a brain dance.
See? 1,000 for the BD. Easy.
I like your
totally different compromise. That's it. Like, I was looking for micro video, but if you got the BD, that's an easy K. It's all you.
If you want the other footage, the micro as well, I can give you. I can give you that for another 500.
Yeah, that'll be 15 altogether. Happy to.
Okay.
Cam's happy. Yeah, great. 15 altogether. Yeah, it's 500 for the footage and a K for the BD. That seems totally reasonable.
So,
do you want? And this time, Cam sends you a message back. do you want your logo on your shots?
Yeah. Yeah, I do. It's gonna go on the internet anyway, too, so.
Siege, you were saying it's just you and Ares on the AV. Yeah, you would have flown out south towards like the southern Badlands, and then the whole time Ares would have been on the phone, basically setting it up so that they're not being tailed, and that if MaxHack NCPD tries to follow them anymore, that they will blast them out of the sky. This is a Militech operation. Do you have anything you want to say?
So
to
if he
Ares?
gets the message from Cam, requesting footage, he would check with Ares first.
Are you okay, Siege, compromising the video? Because nobody knows he sells any or has any so far.
Oh, what? I don't care. Don't they have like a?
Oh well, I mean, if Cam didn't know, he wouldn't ask.
Oh yeah, Cam didn't ask you. He was asking Cryptid, but I'm assuming that he would have probably just
No,
been like,
Cam would have asked probably you and Ares and Victra, not knowing if you could or couldn't record. That's like group text after the job. Like,
If anybody's got any footage.
and all the text says is bonus for footage.
So Siege, we're on the AV. You're kind of like there, I guess, like patching yourself up, and you're like, I guess you're like, boss, can I give him this footage? You can kind of see Ares is kind of looking out the AV, he's having a smoke, and he kind of reaches into the backpack, takes the helmet out, puts it back on, looks down at you. I don't give a fuck.
That's where we'll end the session. Thanks for watching.
So-
See you next time.
Yep.